Sorry, good morning. Hello. Welcome to JewelleryMaker. In that, you know how we go back to the slide? Right, can we show that slide again? Watch this slide. So we just had that slide. Do you want to hear what I've just heard in my ear? Debbie Kershaw, it's Debbie Kershaw today. It's Debbie Kershaw. Ollie, my director,
I like
sang You even have your own little official director song.
I like that. I feel privileged now.
Yes, I think you should, because I've never heard anybody be sang in that little slide there. So you are very special today.
Is that my theme tune?
That's it. Debbie Kershaw. It's Debbie Kershaw today. Well, just to introduce, so we may as well go straight into it. It's Debbie Kershaw. It's Debbie Kershaw today. Debbie Kershaw, you are going to have the busiest day I think you've ever had on JewelleryMaker.
Yeah, we've got so much, but it's all amazing. But I'm just going to get my brain in gear.
I think this has got to be. Last night, and this is no exaggeration, because you know what I'm like. I come off air at 7 o'clock on our sister channel, and then I stay in the building. I stayed in this building for 4 hours.
Oh, crumbs.
I was here at 11 o'clock last night. Do you want to know for one reason? At 11 o'clock last night, I was still looking at our schedule today, going, what show is this? What show is it? This has got to be the biggest multi-medium showcase I have ever seen. We're going from square wire, brand new square wire. We have also got half round wire. We're then going to stencils. We're then going to some of the most extraordinary gems collection pieces, Mandarin garnet. This is, without doubt, the craziest.
It's crazy.
We've got polymer, we've got anodized aluminium,
Yep.
we've got stamping. I mean, honestly, I sat there and I was just going, that doesn't, what, how many shows is this? Am I actually presenting a 24-hour show and I don't know about it? It is full of something different for everyone. This is the biggest mix your medium showcase, from your gemstones like Mandarin garnet, and I am just going to highlight it is very, very special. We're talking about the Loliondo located gem. It's an amazing piece. I've been privileged to obviously work alongside some extraordinary gemstones in my time. This is probably one of the most exquisite. It's very exciting and it's coming your way. One of the finest diphanic gemstones. Steve, Gem Hunter Steve, obviously my boss, he is the one who is absolutely, totally and utterly bewildered by how JewelleryMaker's got hold of this, and we're going to talk about that. I've actually interviewed him today, this morning, yeah, it's wonderful to see, that's to come. It's coming up probably later on in the show. I don't know what time yet, because we have to get the video clip put onto you know, system and all of that malarkey. That's definitely coming up. We also have coming our way, well, let's just say it's a big show. It's the kind of show that makes me excited because I don't know what's going to happen next. From yesterday's extraordinary trade show, it's very difficult to go, what do we do today? Well, actually today we explore lots of different avenues of jewellery making. We're going down the square wire, the half wire, we're going down the stamping and the stenciling, we're aluminium, we're also polymer, we're beading. I think it's fair to say, you watch today, you will be inspired to try something new today if you haven't already tried them all. We're going to start, as we mean to go on, by giving you something special in your jewellery making life. And this is, that's just going into jewellery making life. Yes, seriously, this is special. And it is the early bird. Yeah! Oh, I love it. That's just the beginning. That's just how we start, with clicking our fingers like the fawns. Hey. We've peaked. Goodbye, nice to have your company. That's it, we don't go any further than that. Green, amethyst and apatite is how we begin. These are super long strands. We normally do our gems of this type of quality in around about your 20cm strands. These are your ultimate 30cm strands. I'm going to hold them all out because you could see that colour, you could see that quality from every one of those gems. Every single one is illuminating with light transferring through, vibrant, rich, impacting colours. It's everything you could want from a gem and more. Green amethyst, well, at the moment, we just can't get enough green amethyst into our stock list. We are loving that Praisiolite gemstone. Of course, this soft freshness of colour allows us to really see the light moving through the stone. To transfer that colour into a turquoise, we're heading into the world of apatite. And this is a gem that has a vividness that is related to that of a Paraiba tourmaline, one of the world's most synonymous and luxurious gemstones. So you really have got two very exceptionally desired gemstones, and these, I have to say, are absolutely glorious, truly magnificent. Now I do have a strand of green amethyst coming up, and I will show you them just to see how you could work these two together, because what you might be looking at is bringing together your little nuggets alongside your pyramids. What about that for a combination to get that complement? Absolutely glorious. Now, I think it's fair to say that the early bird has always got to set the tone of what we expect for the show. Isn't that true? And we expect from this show lots and lots of ideas, lots and lots of new ideas, lots and lots of different opportunities. Well, something different is about to take place, because we're about to take these feature strands of apatite and green amethyst to a whole new level of opportunity. This is your early bird 2 strands for just £6.95. Now that is literally rewriting the rules. That's giving you something different in your gem world, because you would never expect to see one of these strands for £6.95, let alone both of them less than £6.95 is all you pay. 0800 644 655 if you want to join us for JewelleryMaker.com. Absolutely incredible. Stunned by that price tag. Stunned at that price tag. Linda, congratulations. Nicholas, Christine, congratulations. Patricia, Marion, Pat, Joe. I've got a couple of multi-buyers already on this, and I'm not surprised at that as well. £6.95 is not the price you could ever anticipate for a gem like this individually. I mean, I'd be happy to just place the apatite in front of you. You know, a gemstone that parallels its beauty alongside probably the rarest gem in the world at the moment, Paraiba tourmaline, and then parallel that alongside the softest and greenest and freshest of diphanic stones. And of course, often is the case, the lighter a gemstone, the more light transference there is, and that's a good thing for a stone like this, because you really get to see that sparkle, you get to see that light movement. Now I have to say, there is a lot of people watching today waiting for our wire. We know that we're launching something very exciting. Wire work is one of our biggest mediums, it's certainly one of our biggest sellers, and so we know there's a lot of people who are waiting in anticipation for our square and our half round wire deals. And we are going to do tools alongside them. So to highlight that, we're not just going to bring you the wire, we're also going to give you tools that will work and help to aid your design. So we've got all that to look forward to. And of course, the master of all mediums, it feels like. What do they say? What does it say? Master of, no. Jack of all trades, master of none. I think I might have not paid you a compliment. I was trying to pay you a compliment. So you're actually the master of all trades, and that's it.
Thank you.
I'm just leaving it there. Okay. I'm just leaving it there. I've got about 9 left apparently. That's it. I've got just 9 left. 9 lives, I think, is all I've got. If you want to join us, Elizabeth, Karan, Sheila, congratulations to you. All double buying on this one. It's sold out and it's gone. It's gone, it's gone. Now then, we have got a challenge. And what our challenge? Well. It's not that much of a challenge. To be honest, today is a challenge for Debbie. I think it feels a little bit harsh that we're now also setting her a challenge that she has to do among working with wire, working with polymer, working with anodized aluminium, stamping and stenciling. And now we're obviously setting you a challenge.
Bring it on.
Literally, I'm just thinking, do you want me to make you this? I'm actually thinking to myself, should I set myself the challenge? Let's do challenge Vicky while you're presenting make jewellery, because that's probably fairer on Debbie today. In fact, should I take one of these strands, and while you're demonstrating a bajillion things as you have to demonstrate today, shall I take one of these strands as my challenge and I'll make something for you?
Lovely.
Right, that's actually going to be, let's change it. It's not challenge Vicky, it's challenge Vicky and Debbie. Agreed?
Agreed.
Fine. Can we change that? Lovely. Which strand do you want? Can I have the hearts? You want the hearts?
I've already started.
Can I have not the hearts?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Be my guest.
Right, we'll share them amongst ourselves.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, I was looking at these and I've gone, I was thinking, okay, just a nice simple pair of drop
Have
earrings.
some of the hearts then.
Can I?
Of course.
I just need 2.
Have them.
Thanks. Share and share alike.
Share.
Thanks. So, it's not a challenge when you're working with great pieces like this, though, is it?
No.
When you've got great shapes that are really going to give you dynamic, going to give you something different from your jewellery making, because the shapes. Anybody who's into peyote stitching, anybody who's into looming, any of those kind of tight-knit combinations of gemstones, this is going to work for you very well, especially with your hexagons and also your diamond shapes. So you've got that lovely combination. Actually, let me do this. So you've got the hearts the right way around. That's far nicer. You've got 3 strands of your lavender amethyst. Now, of course, lavender amethyst is the softer coloured tones, the delicate pinks with those beautiful purples, those hazy internal qualities. Remind us that these are genuine gemstones. You know, we must remember that here with us, we like to give you as many times as possible the chance to work with genuine gemstones. And that's exactly what you're looking at here. The real deal in every way, shape or form. The diamonds, the hexagons, and on top of that, the hearts. And of course, hearts coming straight through the drill hole from top to bottom, which a lot of people have been requesting for drop earrings, etc. So a perfect combination of shapes and of course that medley of harmonizing color tones just to top it all off. If you do want to join us on this deal, this is a challenge, but it's not that much of a challenge because well, the fact is when you're working with stones like this, I guess that the instant that you see the different shapes and in terms of the colorings, your juices are going to start flowing with creativity. You have got a limited availability really on this type of combination because we don't have a huge quantity. It is first come, first served. 3 strands, 1 price, and that price is just
wow,
£19.95 is all you pay. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. You've got your diamonds, you've got your hexagons, and you've got your hearts. A wondrous, a highly lustrous quality to these. You can see that vitreous quality. When you talk about a vitreous quality to a gemstone, you're talking about that almost glass-like sheen, and that high-density sheen is all about the quality of the polishing. And the polishing of a gemstone, it really is the difference between it looking $1 million and it looking like $1. That's the differential to the qualities of our finishings to this look. If you do want to join us, I've just realised that they have actually changed the slide to challenge Debbie/Vicky.
Ah,
yeah. I now do genuinely feel pressure. I feel pressure. It's fine. It's fine. Why did I open my mouth? Why did I open my mouth? And see, I should have just left the pressure with you.
Yeah, but that was
very
very nice.
Just a really easy day. If you do want to join us, 0800 644 655 is your free phone number. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Congratulations Cheshire. I've got Rhondda. Congratulations Hampshire, Wiltshire, Derbyshire. £19.95. Absolutely gorgeous, soft, delicates, lilacs, lavenders, wonderful qualities. If you want to join us, it's go, go, go. Congratulations on these soft, especially with the shapes that we're working with here. The different variant shapes is really rather special, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can connect them together to make shapes, and I mean it's my favourite stone anyway. I love the colours. They go with most metals, so you can do silver, antique gold, whatever you want. So there's loads of design possibilities with this. You'll be fine.
Yes, and that's the thing. Is that I guess because I'm a very well, I've been inspired by lots of jewellery makers to get into jewellery making, the likes of yourself, Debbie. I always feel myself going, okay, I can do this. I could do. I'm not naturally creative. I'm not somebody who leans themselves towards being jewellery making or artistry or anything like that. I just don't have that in me. So when I watch the likes of yourself creators, I go, actually, I could do that, which I've never normally felt. I've never felt that way. I've never felt confident, I guess, in my creativity. And the more I try, the more I see that actually it really is as simple as give it a go and let the gemstones speak for themselves.
Absolutely.
It doesn't always have to be the most complicated, the most diverse of designs. You can go for simple and it does work. And I'll show you that today because, I mean, we've got obviously Debbie with all of her wealth and her amazing creativity, and then you've got little old me. And I know I'm a very simple jewellery maker, but I like the jewellery that I make because I let the gemstones speak for themselves. And I like that because, you know, I love my gems. And I think that these types of combinations, you really do have that chance. And so let's see what we can do together.
Okay.
We want to be together.
I'll be together.
So your demonstrations need to be probably around about half an hour long to let me create a piece of jewellery.
Okay, no
Can
pressure.
you sort that out?
Yeah, that's
lovely. £19.95. Dion's just like, no way, because we have got too much to fit in. Not on your Nelly, like Vix, not on your Nelly. Okay, now we have some very, very special gemstones coming your way today, including Mandarin garnet, with which the diphanic quality of these rounds is truly mesmeric. This is a gemstone that we quite simply are honoured to have here on our channel, truly in awe of its luxury. Classification Mandarin garnet, you could probably plus it into a variety of different grades of garnet. According to Steve, and I have just spoken to Steve in his office this morning about this strand, this is the finest diphanic gemstone that he's seen from this location. So very exciting. We're going to put that to later on today, and I did do a little bit of videoing. I did a bit of video, and I don't know whether, have we got the video back yet from not yet, so we might not be able to do it at that time. So we'll wait for it to be, because I've done it on my phone, but then it needs to just be transferred so we can get it loaded into the system. So that'll take an hour or so, and once that's done, perfect. We have got for you Petro tourmaline. Not only do we bring you Mandarin garnet today, I bring you Petro tourmaline. If you've never heard of it before, don't worry, it's not a regular gemstone that you should have heard of. Petro tourmaline is very special because it's something of the warmth of colour that illuminates through tourmaline, and that's its distinction. This wonderful warmth, sunset oranges, the depth of caramels. You've got the wonder of manuka honey. Those are all of the colours that you see within Petro tourmaline. Double strander, and it's coming your way to really give your jewellery a transformation of gem collectors availability, and that's coming, but not just yet, not just yet. Now then, I'm going where? Oh, wow. Now, if I close my eyes, and when you get this home, you could do the same. When you close your eyes and then feel this gemstone, you'll know it's different. You'll know it's different because weight and texture. This is an organic gemstone, and so what it means is that it forms in a very different way to the likes of crystal. So you can see there that you have visually a gorgeous aesthetic. You've got this wonderful, I mean, it really does capture the attention because it's such a powerful gemstone in beauty. But actually, if you closed your eyes and took away the visual, the senses will tell you that it's special. The senses will tell you that it's something different to what you used to feeling. You know, if I put in my hand something like that tourmaline, I feel the difference. I can feel the difference because I can feel the weight of this piece, and I can feel the texture of this piece is definitely much more of almost there's a little bit more of a vitreous feel, you know, solid feel. Here there's a softness. Now it's not soft in terms of it's going to squidge, but it's got this smoothness, almost satin-like finish. And that's the thing about jewellery, is it's not just the way it looks, it's the way it feels. Does that make sense? And for me, the reason that coral is so popular at the moment, you've got the likes of Van Cleef & Arpels doing a massive range on coral at the moment, is because it doesn't just look good, it feels good. And jewellery's not just about looking good. That's the one thing I've learned a long time ago, is that jewellery's about feeling good, and that's what this gemstone can do. The reason I think that it's the height of the designer world at the moment, as I say, take Van Cleef & Arpels collection, go to the likes of your big London boutiques, or alternatively go to your auction houses. Van Cleef & Arpels at the moment are spending a lot of time on coral, creating wonderful designs, inspirational designs with this unique stone, because it has this feel of luxury as well as its visual aesthetic beauty. And this is something that you want. Obviously it's very difficult for me to talk about the feel of something because I can't pass it to you beyond the screen and go, oh, have a feel of that. That's why we offer you a 30-day money back guarantee, because with 30 days you've got the chance to feel. You get this home and you feel the quality, you see what it takes you and how it makes you feel when you put it against the skin. If you're not happy, you send it back in your menu, goes back into your account, and we offer you that no quibble, no question on that price tag. This is a serious quality of coral that we're offering you. I love the range of shapes that we're offering as well, because you've got your drops, rice beads, rounds, and you've also got your tessellated design. Now if I show you here how gorgeous these are, they're like little bones, it's the best way to, or dumbbells, and you see there each one of them almost tightening in the center and then bulbous on the edge, just like a bone, or as I say, like a dumbbell. They then interlock with each other, and that close-up shows you wonderfully. They interlock with each other, so you get this fabulous tessellated formation, so it becomes a very thick looking design when you're creating this combination. Now obviously you can have them as individuals and you can use them as individual bones, or alternatively you can tessellate them to create this fabulous network of texture to your jewellery. It's 5 strands, a very, very popular gemstone. It feels as good as it looks, and that's something that I can't always say about every gemstone within Mother Nature, but this I can. Feels as good as it looks, and also is the stone that many of the big designers are working with, because of that very element of visually appealing and wonderfully feeling. Yours for the taking. 5 strand. What? Oh no, I thought we were going to go to, I genuinely thought this was going to be 20 plus, 20, probably 24. In my mind, I was thinking £5 a strand, only because I know quite a lot of the prices on coral have gone up recently because of the high demand from the designers, because of the likes of some of your big brands over in Italy and in France. This is not a price that I was anticipating. That's gone to less than £3 a strand on coral. Coral that you could, I mean, honestly, I did a bit of research. Again, you know, I was up till 11 o'clock last night doing my research. I didn't know that we had this coral bundle coming up, but I was researching for our sister channel, because we were just, well, that's fascinating. That is fascinating. Do your research on a London auction house, and they sold coral for a very well-known brand. They were selling it for thousands of pounds, and I do genuinely mean multiples of thousands of pounds. Brooches, neckline pieces, wristwear. You've got £14.95 for 3 strands, and of course it's a spring and summer look, isn't it?
That colour is so on trend. If you go around the boutiques, you'll see that. And you can also, it's lovely with green or even turquoise. You can make a real statement.
I'm coming around, guys, just because, can you see my skirt?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's really funny because this skirt, whenever I know that it's springtime, I wear this skirt because of the colours. Now look at the coral. If I just hold that coral up against this skirt. Now can you see on my skirt, and I know this is a silly thing to say, but on my skirt it is all springtime, all the springtime colours. So you've got all your coral oranges, then you've got your browns and your creams, so it goes great with your autumn colours, but then you've got these lovely fresh greens as well, and this matches so well. And I've probably had this skirt for maybe 3 or 4 years, but whenever I feel like it's spring, I put this skirt on. and I've still got my browns on, and it's funny because I always think, and when I saw this I was like, yes,
oh yes,
wouldn't that go really well? Wouldn't that be nice if I kept that for myself and matched my outfit? That's what I thought, but I wouldn't do that now, would I? You fill in the gaps. £14.95, 5 strands of coral, a very, very strong look for your designer look at the moment, very prevalent in the fashion world. Queues on the phone lines of around about 30 to 40 seconds, so please do be patient. We'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. The number's at the bottom of the screen. It's 0800 644 655. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Mix Your Media Showcase is what we're bringing you today. It is a massive arrangement of opportunity, from wire, from tools, from stamping, anodized aluminium, polymer clay. We've got brand new stencils. Every kit today has got a brand new stencil, and those stencils are wonderful. I love them. So they're to come. But I tell you what, we've got you plenty of gemstones and plenty of deals for those of you who would like to just continue along your exploration of Mother Nature's wonder within your jewellery making. We've got that for you. £14.95 is all you pay. Beg your pardon. If you have bought on the web, don't forget you must check out your baskets to guarantee that the deal is yours. Buys in Yorkshire, West Midlands, Sussex, Hampshire, Dublin. You must check out your baskets, and this is yours for the taking. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. I've got probably, teens left in stock, that's it. And once it's gone on this kind of offer. It won't hang around, because especially when you start to consider, as you head into spring and summer, you want the lighter gemstones, because then, you know when it gets a bit sticky, you do want to have that lighter look on the neck. You don't want to feel like it's too heavy, etc. That's really going to transform a look, isn't it? £14.95. Congratulations to you all. Yorkshire and Essex and Warwickshire. I've got London, Middlesex, Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, Dorset. I do need to reiterate, I am in teens in my stock list, and I've got 8 people who haven't checked out their baskets. So those people who are happy to lose out on the web, no problem, not a problem. I just don't want you to think, I've put in my basket and I'll check out later on. It won't be available later on, unfortunately. It will have sold out, so you will miss out on that unless you check out now. And of course, it doesn't matter how many times you check out, you're still only paying 1p of £2.95. And a couple of people have asked that question. If I'm buying on the web, if I check out 4 or 5 times, am I paying 4 or 5 times to post and packaging? No, 1p for the whole day. I do beg your pardon, but I need to have a really good cough. Beg your pardon. It was a silent cough. 14 pounds. I know. I've mastered that. Silent cough. I know how good it is. It's almost like somebody cut my microphone while I cough. But no, I'd like to say I can silent cough. Single quantity figures. I have now got 12 people on the phone lines. 10 people on the web who haven't checked out, and only 8 left in stock. Somewhere along the lines, people are going to miss out. So if you do want to join us, phone lines stay there. We'll process your call as fast as we can. Web out, or isn't that check out on your web? Congratulations on that deal. That is going to be a sellout. Fabulous, fabulous coral. Love it. Would go very nicely with my outfit, but I know that that's going to be a sellout. Now, this is something very different. Now, I don't know whether we've seen this. Well, I know we've seen it once before, because I've done it once before. But what I will highlight is that is it. That's probably the only time you will have seen it, once before. You've seen tourmaline, and I've got multicoloured tourmaline coming up. But what you might never have seen is Petro tourmaline. Now, Petro tourmaline is very, very special. In fact, I think this is the time to establish that tourmaline is pretty much a miraculous gemstone to actually even exist. And we talk about this, and we talk about rarity all the time with gemstones, because you know that an element or a mineral, it can only be classified as a gemstone if it has 3 things. Do you know that? Those 3 things are durability, beauty, and rarity. So all gemstones have to be rare, otherwise they're just a classic mineral. The rarity is on a sliding scale. Of course, some gemstones are more rare than others. This gemstone shouldn't even exist It's such an extraordinary find from Mother Nature. And how it happens. Now, if we want to take a gemstone that everybody thinks is exceptionally difficult to get hold of, everybody thinks that is incredibly rare, and in all honesty it is when it's top class, diamonds. If you wanted to go to the very basics of how you write diamonds within the chemical world, if you went to the chemical composition of this gemstone, do you know how you'd write it? Like this. C. That's it. In the chemical world, diamonds are pure carbon, so you'd write it as C. And if you know about the minerals in the world, and if you know about the elements in the world, you'll know that it's made up of 118 elements, and of those elements, 8 mainly are, and one of them is carbon. So it is fair to say that diamonds are scarce, but they're not that scarce. Do you want to know how you would write tourmaline? And this is crazy, because this is how you'd write tourmaline. I'm going to turn into a scientist. Right, you ready for this? I'm going to have a pointer. Ready for this? Let's do it. This is how you write tourmaline. Okay. The formula can be written as this: XY3Z6 in the brackets T6018 BO, which is boron, 3 of the 3. Then you've got V and you've got W. Now X equals, this is it. So this letter here, X at the very top, because this is your formula, but actually that formula of X is broken down into this. Okay, now look at this. That means that X, which is just this type part of the tourmaline, is calcium, it's sodium, and it's also potassium. Okay, then you take the Y, and Y equals this. Now look at this one: lithium, magnesium, for iron, manganese, zinc, aluminium, chromium, vanadium, and iron again. So that's just, then you take the Z, and Z equals, now this is how crazy it is. You've got to keep on breaking it down. Z equals magnesium, aluminium, iron, and that's 3 parts plus, chromium 3 parts of that, and vanadium. Then you take the T, and of course look at the T's in brackets. Now T, and then anything in brackets means that it could be one or the other. Okay, so this is the thing, is that it's not even that it's complicated in just that part of it's simple. In the brackets means that it could be one or the other. So anything that's written in brackets in the chemical world is always, it's either one or the other. So take the T, let's keep breaking it down because it's interesting. T equals silica, which is quite a well-known element, aluminium, and B is boron. Then you take, let's keep going because it's fascinating, isn't it? B equals O, again, this could be brackets again, so we're going back to B, and there it has a boron, but with a vacancy, so that means that if it's got a vacancy, it can transform itself into something different. Then on top of that, we've got 3V, V equals OH, which of course is oxygen and hydrogen, and then you've got oxygen again, right? Then we add one W right at the bottom, OH, obviously oxygen, hydrogen, F is fluorine, and then you've got oxygen. Yes, right at the end, we're adding in another element, which is fluorine.
Wow.
Now, do you understand that this gemstone is literally a miracle how it's formed? Can we go back to what? Can we go back to diamond? Can we just go back to diamond? What is diamond? C. There's your diamond, and then you've got tourmaline. How has this gemstone even formed? How on earth can we ever think of this gemstone of tourmaline being anything other than exceptionally rare? Literally, it is Mother Nature's amazingness that gives us this gemstone. And the reason that you get so many different derivatives of colour from tourmaline, the reason it's known as the rainbow gemstone, is because every one of those elements, when it comes in as a trace element, can transform the colour. Then put it into a heat environment, a pressure environment, it'll change colour again. This gemstone is quite simply, totally and utterly unique. It is special. You have got here one of the most extraordinary finds in Mother Nature. You are quite simply looking at one of the most mesmerizing and almost miraculous gemstones in the world this moment. There literally isn't, in my mind, a more complicated gemstone in terms of formulaic structure than this stone here. Now I'm saying that's taking the gemstone to the chemical world. You're probably going, but what does that relate to me with my jewellery? What does that relate to me? It means that you're working with something really special. You're working with something really, really special. Because when you think of diamonds, you go, oh, diamonds, they're wonderful. And they are. You're right. Diamonds are wonderful. But when you start to look at tourmaline, what you've got to know is this is probably even more extraordinary as a find. It is a treasure. It is quite simply the most outlandish gemstones in the world right now. And the reason that Paraiba tourmaline commands multiples of millions of pounds, the reason that rubellite commands multiples of millions of pounds, is because of that scarcity, that rarity, and that miraculous combination of elements that come together to create this gemstone. It really is special, and you're about to get something even more bewildering. 100 carats of something we know we haven't seen very often at all on this channel. Petro tourmaline, with its warmth of autumnal shades, the haziness of textures from Manuka honey to a sunset in the Serengeti. You have it all in this gemstone for one price tag. And that price tag is £9.90. But you expected me to say thousands, weren't you? You expected me to say hundreds. Maybe even thinking that this was going to be the most expensive piece we've ever put to wear. But no, it's not. It's £9.95. This quite simply is an exceptional opportunity to own. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. Join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Whichever way you're going to do it, remind yourself, whenever you hear of tourmaline, don't think of it anything other than the miracle of a gemstone. And what's fascinating is as we look at that, Debbie, you know, as jewellery makers, we see beauty, we see aesthetics, we see the potential of what we're going to make, but actually what we need to think is, this is Mother Nature. This is exceptional find.
Oh, it's amazing, and I think, it sounds a bit sappy, but I think you get really attached to your gemstones. Well, I do, and I just think that it means more for your jewellery. So if you've made, you know, jewellery or a present for somebody and you've made it with a gemstone and you know the meaning behind it and how that makes it even more special. And I think the more gemstones you work with, the more you get like that.
Totally. And I do think that in my mind, for £9.95, when you consider how much dynamic gem jewellery can make for such a scarcity of a stone, for such a unique gemstone, it really is pretty extraordinary, isn't it?
It's amazing, and it's kind of like it makes working with it even better, because you're thinking about how it was formed and how rare it is. And when I don't work with gemstones, which is rare, but I did have a couple of weeks ago to work with, and I missed my gemstones, and I went home and said to my husband, is that stupid? But I missed my gemstones. And he went, no, it's not stupid. He said, you know, you're into it, you love them, and you love working with them. And nothing really measures up after that.
But do you think, again, going back to what we talked about with the coral, it's not just about missing working with them, it's missing the feel of them.
You do.
Missing the textures or the qualities and the finish of them. Is that what you miss?
And I just love them. I love, since I've worked here, I've learnt so much. I've even got books for myself, and because I love it. It's sort of like my hobby now as well, because I love the gemstones. I've always had them on the side, you know, I've always had my crystals and my amethysts, but actually I think it just gives another dimension to making jewellery.
Totally.
It really does. And I just, I do. I just think I missed, and they are tactile, and like you said, it is hard to know when you can't pick them up and touch them. Yeah. But I think they're always going to be better than you think. When you get them out and you hold them and you look at them and you start to work with them, it's always better than you can imagine, I think, in my opinion.
And the thing is £9.95 for this type of strand. If you're sat watching and thinking, what would I do with it? What is the thoughts on these kind of nuggets?
Oh, I love them. I think I would make little connectors and bunch them all together and put them in between precious metal, or put them in between, you know, a pendant, earrings. Always like to have my gemstones dangling because they catch the light, so you could put them onto head pins, dangle them off chains so you had lots of waterfall. There's lots to do with that actual shape. There's tons of things that you can do with that shape. And then if you've got a rarer gemstone, you've got a talking point as well, haven't you? So if you are making to sell, you've got a talking point. You can tell people about it, and that just makes it even more interesting and more sentimental to them to actually purchase the piece of jewellery.
Absolutely. And of course, like, just when you consider the variants of the different pieces that we've seen yesterday, and of course we did that fantastic bundle with the likes of tanzanite, and we did emerald and opal, and we know how popular these strands are and how universally workable they are. Whether you know, just getting started to jewellery making, or perhaps you're advancing, either way, £9.95 you're paying for a very special gem strand there. You know, we probably, in many ways, we probably couldn't have got away with putting this gemstone into a bundle like we did yesterday, because actually this gemstone needs to stand alone. This gemstone needs to be identified as something special. £9.95 is all you paid. Jean, congratulations. Maria, Valerie, you've definitely got yours. Linda and Jan, great to have your company. Congratulations to you all. Must check out your baskets, I say again today. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did you make this up?
Yeah, these were my ideas.
Did you act, what? Did you?
I sat down with Becky and I said the kind of feel and look that I wanted to go for, and then she advised me and we worked together.
What am I about to present? No way. What am I about to present? This is, whoa. Right, can you sit, sorry, I'm not making any sense at all. I do beg your pardon. See how it says there, mix your media, right? Mix your media. This is like, what? This is the ultimate mix your media bundle. You have gone to town, you crazy dude. Seriously, what?
Well, I wanted it, because sometimes, you know, you get your kits and then you get other things from your stash, don't you?
Can I just, before you say anything,
yeah,
can I just ask, is this kit going to like 60 or 70 pounds? It's not even going 50. You're not even going 40. Oh, come on. So I just wanted to establish price, because when you see as much, when you see as many things in one kit, you might think what I've just thought, and that's going, how expensive is this going to be? I'm still not going to be able to afford this. This is, wow. I don't think I've ever done a kit with so many different things available and all harmonizing together, but all different mediums coming together. If you're somebody who wants to really play, and I mean really play with your jewellery making, this is exceptional. This is phenomenal. It's not £50 and it's not £40. This is crazy. So, okay, just take a look at what we have here. Wowzers. Absolute wowzers. Okay, I'll go to the gemstones, and then I've got so much other, lots to talk. Larimar, first of all, very popular at the moment, perfect for your spring and summer look. Your ocean jasper nuggets, this double strand of the ocean jasper, and then we're topping it off with your fantastic rounds, 160 carats of your jasper plain rounds. You've really got this earthiness, you've really got this naturalistic quality to your gemstones, and all of those colours are all matched with everything else that's coming your way. And I mean, there is so much to talk about. You've got your threads. Now that includes, you've got your coloured beading thread, your monofilament and your elastic. You've got wire, and this is 10 meters of your antique bronze, 1 mil gauge. So it's not even that we've gone for your 0.25 to, oh well, you get a better wire, but it's 0.25. No, we're giving you 1 mil gauge wire, exceptionally important. We're giving, oh my life, I've just remembered, hiding underneath, you're getting a brand new stencil as well. Yeah. Literally, it's hiding under everything, and I've even verbalized it about 10 minutes ago, and then I've forgotten because I'm looking at all of the other ingredients. I've totally forgotten. We've got brand new stencil. Ah, giddy ant. Whatever the price tag on this, I honestly say, I would look at this and go, how much? Okay. And I forgot we had the brand new stencil and I was happy with the price tag. So you're doing, yes, 2 lots of blocks of your polymer clay. We're adding in the gleams to add in some gorgeous textures and colour toning. Let me put that there. Like, I don't even know where to put them all because I've got so much to show you. You've got a whole lot of sari silk. Now I am going to unravel this just to show you, because the sari silk for a lot of people, I am going to unravel this. Oh, it's fastened together. Debs, have you got some out? Because it's...
No. That you get absolutely tons when you open it out. It just pops out.
It's all fastened up, so I didn't want to undo it unless. I'll get to it. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. I've done it. Right. Just to show you how much sari silk you actually get, just because when it's all fastened up, you don't get any kind of identity of how much you're getting.
Loads.
Okay, so you've got all of that sari silk, and it's this texture. Everything's about texture today for me. If I'm in a very feeling kind of a mood, but you've got this wonderful texture to your sari silk. So I'll leave that there just to remind you this is all part of one kit at one price tag, and it's not £50 kit, it's not a £40 kit, and I've been promised that, so it's not £50 or £40. Then we're adding in as well, you've got your findings. Again, brand new findings pack, antique bronze plated copper findings, where you've got a metre of chain, you've got your heart-shaped toggle clasp spacer beads, those lovely contemporary styled to your shepherd hooks. You've got crimp bead covers. All of that comes as part of this findings pack. And then we get to the new thing, which is hiding underneath all of this, and it's brand new today. It is your stencil, and for those of you who have not worked with stencils, now is the time to do so. We are looking here at this fantastic, and what a wonderful design this is. I mean, these are the kind of design. The thing is that I look at this and I go, well, you could just use this area here for one, and then you can use this part here for stars, and maybe you could create this look for leaves and petals. It almost has like that cherry blossom, like Japanese art type of inspiration, isn't it? Wonderful stencil. This is a brand new stencil to wear, never been seen before, and we're giving you the chance to be able to join us, and congratulations to those who have already confirmed and trusted us on the price. We're not going to let you down. Oh no, 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 we're definitely not going to let you down. All of this, and I don't know whether we'll even get it in one shot. I mean, that's how much there is. I don't know whether we'll even get this all into one shot. There is so much going on. I must pick up that wire to remind you, you got the wire as well. All of this is like a mega bundle, but it's not. It's a kit, and it's all for one price tag. What price were you guessing? For the whole kit and caboodle, £29.95 for everything that you're looking at here, from wire to polymer to sari silk to the gemstones, and of course we don't forget we've got Larimar, one source location, you've got Jasper there, you've also got your findings, you've got your brand new stencil, and you've got your gleams, and it's all coming in at £29.95. Brand new, and what an exciting deal. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial if you want to join us. Brand new deal, JewelleryMaker.com. Now's the time to do so. 0800 644 655 is a free phone number. Just to reiterate that, if you find yourself holding on the phone lines, yesterday was the same. It's just busy, and when we're busy, you need to be patient. We'll process your call as fast as we can. You're investing your time, not your money, on those phone lines. This is by far the most outlandish of ingredients. I mean, I can't get over how much you've put. I can't believe how much you've put in.
And I've got, like, I'd say half to 3/4 left after making all of this jewellery.
You have to, because this is going to make your jewellery go so much further.
It goes
the polymer
so
goes
far.
so far. The stencil's going to add texture to it. It's going to add, the gleams are going to add another dynamic.
Yep.
The sari silk is going to add another.
Yep. You could just go on and on. I mean, I had 3 quite labour-intensive kits this week, because you could do lots with each, or I could have made 3-4 times as much as you see here. What I was really going for was, if you haven't tried polymer before, or if you kind of a little bit scared by it, it's not difficult to make these components. This is actually very, very simple techniques to get this look. Not hard at all.
That's so pretty. It's really got that antique feel about it. Have you just glazed the polymer after you've
yeah, I've just put a varnish on,
yes,
just
like
a gloss varnish, yeah. That's it.
That's lovely, that, isn't it? £29.95. It's not a huge quantity kit in terms of availability. So if you do want to join us, already a third of the stock's allocated. We're waiting for those confirmations. And again, as I say, the phone lines are busy today. So please do be patient with us and we'll process your call. A phenomenal deal there. Plenty of web buyers, and congratulations, Denise, Jeffrey, Karen, you've already got yours. Next piece, take a look at this floral design and you can see there, that's pretty special, that one. And again, all from the stamp. If I just go and get the stencil, if I just get that stencil, it's a real, almost like a scene, isn't it?
And you can, as you said, you can take whichever little part of it.
If I hold it there.
Yeah, that you wish. So you can take, if you just wanted flowers, you wouldn't need to have the bird in there. But I wanted that vintage look.
Yes.
You know, all the colours together are the vintage look. This is the sort of the picture that I showed Becky and said, can we do this? Can we put something together that will do this? So really,
and Becky, obviously, for those of you who don't know Becky,
yeah.
Becky works in our amazing production team and alongside us for our buying team and also our creative team.
She puts the kits together, and I sort of went in with an idea of being able to create these kind of vintage components and maybe looking at it and people not realising what it's made of. It could be resin, it could be metal.
Actually, that is exactly how I feel about it, because it does have that almost bamboozling.
We want to touch it, don't you, just to see what it's made of.
Yeah.
And also the benefit of being polymer is the jewellery is very light. Very light to wear.
The stencil is so good.
It's beautiful.
Because when you consider you've got so many different parts of the scene to be able to capture different looks. Yeah, wonderful. So it really fabulous stencil. Brand new, of course. We're launching it today, and you've got it brand new with us today. And again, just something as simple as just one of those. You could have made multiple rings with the wire that you've got.
Loads. I mean, that's a tiny bit of wire.
And just remind you do get the wire as part of this kit. It's a mega kit deal. £29.95 is all you pay. So what are you going to show us? Because I literally want to show you to show me everything. I understand, I'm like that. Show me all of them. I want you to show me every single piece.
I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make your own components with the stencil.
Okay.
And there were just so many different ways to use this stencil. But this is really simple. All I did was condition my clay. I used my pasta machine, but today I haven't got it with me, so I've just used my hands. Have an idea of sort of what you want to create before you start, so you know how much clay to use, and then just roll it out. If you want to be very precise about it, you can put your dividers either side and have it completely flat, but I tend to like work in quite an organic way. And then all you do is decide which part of your stencil, look, we've got some birds there, that you like. Pop on your clay and just press, so that when you come off, look at that. Can you see that?
That's so cool.
So then you would just bake that in the oven. I think I baked mine for 25 minutes.
Is that it?
It says on it. Bake it in the oven, and then it comes out. Like,
so you could use your stamps, your cutters.
I've got a cookie cutter here. Actually, this might be a polymer cutter.
It is. Yeah,
it's a polymer cutter that I got from
our
here. And I just decided which part of the design and pressed it out with my cutter. Then I decided where I wanted to have my holes in my piece, and then I just actually poked through my holes before I baked it.
Yeah.
And you get left with these. So, you know, if your edges aren't completely smooth, that's fine. You can use sandpaper or a file to just take those off.
And you normally with polymer, you wet, what's it called? Wet sand.
Yes, wet sand, yeah.
I can't think of what it was called, but yes.
Yeah, rather than dry sand. I have dry sanded as well, but it is easier to wet sand.
Okay.
And so then you're left with your sort of little indentations, and this is where the sort of the magic happens, because you get gleams with this. And so what I found was really effective, because you get your little blossoms, was actually to colour in the little blossoms in pink and have the rest in colours. Now, it's a lot easier to actually use a cotton bud than your finger, especially if you've got nails like me. And you just take your gleams on top and you colour in. Now, the only thing I used that isn't part of this kit was a little bit of gold gleam to give it that antique finish, not on all of them, and just on some of them, because I wanted to see what it looked like. So that's your pink, and then you might want to take a green all the way across, which I would use with my finger. I love these gleams, they're amazing, you can use them on so many things.
My question is when you've put them on, do they rub off?
No, you wait about 20 minutes for it to dry. So if you went, oh, that's too much, you could rub it off now.
Yes.
It takes about 20 minutes to dry, and you can keep sort of fiddling with it till then and adding colours. And then I add a varnish on the top. If you don't want a gloss cover, you can get matte varnish, just really inexpensive craft varnish.
We have, I mean, obviously we have on our online, we have got our Sculpey glazes, and I know that
perfect.
I've got the matte Sculpey glaze that I've got in a kit. And
that just makes it sort of last, and also the shiny finish is really nice. And you can see how just adding your gleams there, you've got, really brings out the design. And if you wanted to add maybe some gold or some different golds, you could make that look like metal.
That's amazing.
You know, and then you just add on, you know, to your jewellery. You just decide what components you need. So it's a good idea to have an idea of what you want to make first. Like I knew I wanted to make a ring, so that I made my flower, and then I bent up the sides of my flower before I baked it so that my ring was 3-dimensional. I've got one on actually, just so that it gave it a little bit of
it's got that curvature,
so that a flower's not flat, is it? And that's how I'd work with metal. When I'm working with metal, I don't have my flowers flat. And so then you just bake all of your components all together, so you've got them all done, and then when they're out you just have a play, decorate them, varnish them, and then add them into your jewellery designs. And again, it's polymer, it's very, very light, so it's not going to be heavy. Exactly. Like you've got the earrings on then, they're not heavy, are they?
Oh, I forgot I had the earrings on. I totally forgot.
They're not heavy,
they are that light. I genuinely totally forgot that. That looked like I was playing. I've gone, oh, I forgot I'd wear them. No, honestly, I totally forgot I had them on. Sorry.
So, yeah, so
sorry,
I mean,
Deb,
they're
because I was
light.
wearing these, and obviously you like to show a set, don't you? So I forgot I was wearing those. Apologies.
You know, so if you like me, I can't wear heavy earrings. Because I like statement earrings, but they come out after an hour or so because it's sore. This isn't a heavy medium.
As I say, genuinely forgot that I was wearing them, and I don't wear often big drops. Not that many big drops, really. Not on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes, but you know that. They're easy wear, aren't they?
They are easy wear, and I just think the stencils, you can choose which parts. If you wanted all roses, you could have that. If you wanted the birds, you could just have a bird.
Brand new stencil as well, isn't it? So you've got that chance to play and get something totally different from your jewellery, from just one added ingredient. And then you've got the sari silk. I will just highlight that you have used the sari silk on the strap here. So for those of you who wanted to work how do you work with the sari silk, that is in the strap of this fantastic feature bracelet as well. So all of the pictures for today will go with all the jewellery on our Facebook site. So if you do want to join us at Facebook, you can do so. Facebook and JewelleryMaker.com. And well, we're looking, I don't know how many we gained yesterday, but I'm on a mission. I'm thinking, I think we were at 22,400 and something. I'm thinking we need to be at 23,000, you know, very soon. So I'm thinking that's my mission. I don't know why I've got that mission, but I have decided. I've also made another decision, and I'm putting it out there now because I think if I say it, then I'll make sure I do it. Right? You know that I'm really bad with Facebook things, right? You know that I'm really bad. I tried it, and I went through a spell of being pretty all right at it, and then I can't. There's something in me that I just keep on not doing it. I'm making it a mission statement that I'm going to get my act together.
Right.
Putting it out there. I'll get my act together. I'm getting it sorted. Just to highlight, because I've seen people doing selfies and things like that, and I'm like, what, okay, I need a bit of that. I need a bit of that action. That looks like it's fun, and that's all I'm bothered about. Let's have a bit of fun. So I'm going to be selfieing with you. Yeah, don't you worry about that. Right, it's time for the Wall of Fame. The Wall of Fame is a time when we get to rejoice and celebrate your amazing journey of jewellery making. Of course, you might be lucky enough to get £100 or £50 credited to your JewelleryMaker account in the prize draw that takes place every Wednesday. Karen got in touch. Karen won yesterday, and Karen was she was just thrilled, rejoicing. Yeah, you never know, it could be you. It's all about just sharing where you are in your jewellery making. Often people say, I hope it's good enough for the Wall of Fame. It's not about being good enough. It's about showing us what your creation is. We're not judging. We're just saying, great. thank you very much for sharing your creativity with us. That's all this is, and it's one of our favourite parts, so keep them coming in. It's lovely to hear from you. Kim has got in touch with us. She says, my friend's birthday today, so I made this aquamarine suite in sterling silver, except for the small spacer beads. Everything from JewelleryMaker, of course, and she is thrilled. The aquamarine are gorgeous faceted drops, and good luck to all my fellow wall famers. Well, I have to say, I'm not surprised your friend was amazed with that. I'd be happy if I was a friend and received just the earrings or just the pendant, but that's wonderful. At 96, Kim, you could be my friend if you want as well.
I've got 95 here. This is gorgeous.
Somebody's good at soutache.
Very good. Please find attached my new practice piece of soutache.
Really?
All items are purchased from JM. I've watched nearly every episode since September, October this year. And they have kept me sane or insane, depending on the show and the presenter. I would once again like to thank you all for your madness. Long may it last. And that's Amelia. That's gorgeous, Amelia. Doesn't it look like a practice piece?
That's hilarious.
I love the colours as well.
That's hilarious. We keep you sane or insane, depending on. I like how you said, especially depending on the presenter. I quite like that. I don't want to know what kind of child. Who's watching today? What am I going to feel today? Don't tell me. Tracy, hello, Tracy. She says, here is my entry to the Wall of Fame or purchase from JM. It is a necklace I made for my son's partner, so her 3-year-old little boy Michael and my son Adam can give her it for Mother's Day.
Oh, lovely.
That's a wonderful idea. See, just wonderful. It is made from your 1mm silver plated wire garnets, as it's her birthstone, citrine, which is Michael's birthday, and labradorite, which is her son's birthday, which is a brilliant idea. The silver plated chain and the lobster claw clasp from your findings packs with one of the smallest garnet ovals on the extended chain. I hope she likes it. Oh my goodness me, Tracy, I can't believe she'll do anything other than be thrilled with it. And it just goes to show that jewellery is not just about looking good, it's about that emotional attachment, creating something that is personalised, especially when you're jewellery making for somebody so special. So wonderful, and thanks for sharing that, and well done to the boys as well. Congratulations, lovely. 98.
Right, I've got 97 here. It says,
wow,
made this using one of your blue cultured Baroque pearls and made the band from silver by cuttlefish. Yeah, she's done cuttlefish casting there, which is not easy. That is beautiful. That is
I've
really
never seen
lovely.
anything like that. That is.
And that is, did I say Elizabeth?
Sorry. I was looking at it going, wow, how have you done that? That's cool.
It's cool.
What's cuttlefish?
It's cuttlefish, and it's a method of casting in silver work. So you actually cast your metal into the cuttlefish.
Into an actual fish?
No, it's, you know, the cuttlefish, like you give birds in their cage. You know that big long. Do you know what I mean?
Is that what it's called?
It's cuttlefish.
Oh, I didn't realise.
So it's a bit smelly when you work with those.
I didn't realise that's what a cuttlefish was, like the hard thing that they chip.
Yeah, that they chip. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So you actually, it's a method of casting. So she's done it beautifully here because you can really see the texture, can't you?
That's very clever.
So that's Elizabeth.
Sorry.
Fantastic.
When you call them like cuttlefish, I was thinking like little fishes. Sorry, not a clue. Dot, hello Dot. She says my entry to the Wall of Fame is a Romanov chainmail bracelet necklace and earring set made with silver-plated jump rings and blue agate beads. My first attempt at the Romanov, and I'm quite pleased with it, though still room for improvement. Love watching the morning show and sometimes watch the afternoon show on my computer, as I only have Freeview. Can't wait till Carol's back permanently. Well, I think she's pretty much back now, to be honest. She's pretty much back now, and it's great to have her back on the team. I know, I agree with you, Dot. And lovely, lovely jewellery. That must have taken you a very long time, so great skill. 99 you are, Dot, and keep your messages and keep your pictures coming into the Wall of Fame. As I say, it's a great time for us to rejoice and celebrate your jewellery making journey, whether you're just getting started or alternatively if you're exploring something different. Now, we have lots to look forward to here today. We've got some very special techniques because this is Mix Your Medium, but it's time for that one and ultimate gemstone. It is time for Mandarin garnet.
Get involved with JewelleryMaker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
When shopping with JewelleryMaker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
You can now keep in touch by liking JewelleryMaker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
You can now watch clips from JewelleryMaker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
We have got the most extraordinary of opportunities. Now, I'm going to highlight the fact that before we do anything, we talk about quantity, because I don't want you to expect this to be one of our big offers where we've got multiples available. This is a limited edition strand. This is a restricted available offer. This genuinely is probably a smaller limited edition that we would probably ever put to wear, because this is the type of piece that we would want to have multiples and multiples of, but it's just not that easy to come by. In fact, it's probably one of the most exceptional gemstones in our vaults right now. It is a premiere launch of this gem and in this strand, and we really are privileged to be able to bring such a high grade of gemstone, and I would suggest quite a dramatic carat weight to such a luxury stone. And the luxury is based on this close-up. Perfect, because this close-up shows you transparent diaphanic gemstones. So diaphanity is always in the gem world about how the light can move through a gemstone, how the light can really transfer through the stone, which allows this illuminating quality. Now, as I walk past the office today, and obviously for those of you who have not been to our building yet, but of course you're welcome to join us in any of our workshops, and we'll give you a tour around the studios. For those of you who don't know, we have to walk past Steve's office, and Steve, for those of you who don't know, he's my boss, but he's also one of the world's probably most respected gem hunters, and he was in his office as I walked past, and this genuinely has got him so excited. This strand really is a find and a half. So what did I do? I decided to take a video. I told you I was going to get all technology savvy. I told you I was getting on top of it, right? This is me in with Steve first thing this morning, and we're going to show you it. This is Steve. He's world-renowned gem hunter. He's about to head off to the North Pole, so I kind of felt bad that I'm zapping his energy, but I'm zapping his energy because he's so excited about this gemstone here on JewelleryMaker. Take a look at what he had to say about this strand. Hello, I'm just walking past the office and Steve's just called me in. For those of you who've not met Steve before, let me introduce you. World-renowned gem hunter. See, bigging you up. And what have you found? Tell me.
Well, about a week ago we came back from Tanzania. This is mined just outside of Loliondo. This is a spessartite garnet from a very good friend of mine's mine. And it is a spessartite garnet. At the moment we're calling it Serengeti, but we are coming up with a new name for it. But Serengeti means never ending anyway, and of course on the strand it can be never ending. It is the cleanest, most clear, most beautiful orange gemstone you're ever going to own. And this is really not for everybody, because it's cost me a fortune to get it. So it's going to be quite expensive. But for those that want something very special, that are making fine jewellery, not your everyday jewellery, but fine jewellery, these are just exquisite. You will not find, I don't think, better diaphanity in any garnet anywhere other than Serengeti, and this is just incredible. Enjoy.
Thanks, Steve. That was in the office about an hour and a half ago. And quite simply, when you've got a gentleman like Steve who is globally renowned for gem hunting, when you've got a gentleman who inspires me every single day to source gemstones, to find more about them, who inspires literally a team of hundreds of people to bring you the very, very best deals on some of the rarest gemstones, when you have him saying, I don't think you're going to get a better strand, I don't think you're going to get a better deal, this is the time to buy Mandarin garnet. You've got the glow of the Serengeti, and the location that Steve's talking about is probably one of the most extraordinary sunrise and sunset landscapes. The heat of the sun comes from not just its glow, but its intensity, and that's the colour that is matched in this wonderful strand, and it is a wondrous strand. It's yours for a limited quantity, and that's something I can't be anything other than sorry about. Limited edition. These types of strands belong in our ultimate Gems of Distinction boxes. So it comes presented in this wonderful box, and it really does command the most extraordinary luxury of beauty. You can see for yourself that this is one of the finest, visually aesthetic, wonderful gemstones that we have ever been able to present to you, and we are just in awe of this situation. Steve himself, who has literally come back, and I think it was probably about two or 3 weeks ago, he was out in Tanzania hunting for stones, out in Tanzanite mines trying to source this gem that's not coming from the ground, and lucky enough to be able to source some wonderful, we can call it Mandarin garnet, you might perhaps want to call it Serengeti garnet because of the golden sunshine that you're seeing here. This is a stone that really is prestigious to work with, and Steve himself just said if you're going to create jewellery, you're creating fine jewellery. This is not your everyday piece, this is fine luxury gemstone jewellery you're creating, a true showcase gemstone, and your chance to get luxury comes in at an extraordinary luxury for less price tag at £69.95. And if I just show it against the skin, you see how the glow of the gemstone is illuminating against the skin. That's what makes it so special, because you have this movement of light. You heard Steve say you've got this extraordinary diaphanic quality. Diaphanity is a transparency, a movement of light through the gemstone that another gemstone just can't yield, just can't offer you. This grade of stone, this caliber of quality, when it sits against the skin, is literally going to illuminate like the sunrise and the sunset of the Serengeti. You have that intensity against the skin for £69.95. It is a 30 carat of Mandarin garnet with your graduated plain rounds. The graduation is from 2 to 4 millimeter, so you've still got that versatility of graduation to really get something special. I'm not suggesting that you're going to work with this in any other way than in a prestigious way. I think perhaps you're thinking bracelet, maybe earring set, and this is the type of gemstone that you are going to work with and be in utter adoration of. This is a luxury item. This is taking your jewellery making to a jewellery collection, a gemstone connoisseur's gemstone for £69.95. I truly accept it is a considered purchase, but actually when you consider the grade of this gemstone, when you see the likes of Steve, who has seen some of the world's most rarest and wonderful and bought some of the most astounding gemstones in the world, he's saying that this is something special. This is most definitely a collector's stone, and you've got it for £69.95. If you would like to join us, of course, we have got a free phone number to dial, or alternatively you can join us on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. And I'll turn to you, Debbie, because of course these are gemstones of fine jewellery, because we're taking ourselves to top drawer quality here.
Yes, and I think often people come to me for bespoke commissions. Really, it's all I have time for these days, or as I used to do a lot of craft fairs, and they will come with a budget.
Yes.
And I think you need to cater for the top end of people's budget as well as the lower end of people's budgets. And if you're making something with precious metals, you want to have a gemstone that's going to complement that, and they're going to hand that down. I mean, I would make something with that and hand it down to my daughter later, and it's something that you will keep in your collection for a long time, and you will treasure it. And I think that the calibre of the gemstone just adds to that, really, doesn't it? It's beautiful.
It is, it's truly. And you know what I think is that part of me just keeps thinking earrings, because the light's moving through so wonderfully that if you had them against the ear, at least the light would catch and play through. Can you see that? When you just have that movement of light, truly exceptional. £69.95 is all you pay. I'll put it back in the box, and of course you will get the presentation box alongside your gem of distinction strand of Mandarin garnet. Huge congratulations for £69.95, a wonderful collector's gemstone, and a real privilege to be able to present that to you. And thank you to Steve for taking the time to obviously source a gemstone of such grade and offer it to jewellery makers. This is really taking us to the higher echelons, and it's a celebration. So congratulations if you got that one. Wonderful, wonderful. I've got to keep skipping on there because we've got so much to fit in. Now then, we're sticking with those warm glows of colour. We're definitely giving you that radiance, that sense of lemons and citrus. We've got that glow, and actually look at the way that the light plays through this. Totally different to that Mandarin Serengeti garnet. Very, very different. But in many ways, you still get that warmth. You still get that glow from these stones, don't you? You really have got to be quick on this deal because it's a double trouble offer for Carnelian, a gemstone that through history has held its prestige through the hierarchy. Of course, you think of Carnelian in the Victorian era, you're instantly going to go to cameo brooches, and that's where the history of this gemstone has evolved in its beautiful, richest and opulent almost qualities. You've got something special, 150 carats in one strand, but of course this is a double trouble deal. I was about to say triple double. A double trouble deal for you. 2 strands, 1 price tag, and that price tag, £8. For not 1, for 2. £8.95 for 2 strands. Oh my goodness me, £4.50, is that right? Have I done the rest right? Yeah. Less than £4 £1.50 for each of those strands. And of course, these are hearts, so we all know that we love to work with hearts in individual looks. I still haven't made any jewellery yet. I mean, I'm aware of the fact that I'm an hour and 20 minutes into the show, and I'm doing a match. I'm challenging myself as well as Debbie today, and I haven't even started making jewellery. I've been a bit busy. It's funny that, isn't it? It's like almost like I talk for 4 hours or something like that. It's weird, that. Strange. £8.95. It's a double trouble deal. Double trouble, double trouble. Ooh, ooh, yeah. It's a jazz hand moment. £8.95. Congratulations, Sue. I've got a Cambridge. Congratulations, Catherine in Lancashire, Lynn in Cheshire, Sylvia's there in Kent. Wonderful warmth of qualities. Your heart-shaped design. Of course, you've got this intensity, and we've already established that that warmth of colour, that sunshine, that radiance is really, really popular from some of those top-grade gemstones. And you've really got that quality of illuminating textures, and that's the way to really describe this illuminating quality to this gem, a glow, an effervescence almost, for £8.95, and that's for both strands. It's a double trouble deal. Buy one and you've got, in fact, buy two. Forget just buying the one for £8.95. You'd be happy at that price for single strand, but no, buy both for £8.95. I've got double buyers on this as well. I've got people who are buying multiples on this deal because there's so much potential, of course, and we can go for something as simple as a drop shape in a heart pair of earrings, or alternatively maybe we're going to go for the hand, or a nice bracelet. I mean, stretchy bracelets for spring and summer, just mixing this up with, you know, getting some of the lemons on one, some of the oranges on other, and then get a multi bracelet. That's 3 bracelets, job done, and you've got something really workable for your jewelry collection for spring and summer. And of course, now it is changing. We are into the seasons where we've gone from long sleeves to short sleeves, although today I have to say the longer the better of the sleeve, because it was pretty chilly this morning.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. It was really, yes, everybody's going, actually, yeah, it really was cold. It was bitter this morning. I was thinking to myself, come on, springtime, crack on, get yourself sorted. It says it's officially spring now, so I'm expecting that I have to wear short sleeves. I'm not thinking to myself long sleeves anymore, because the moment you change your sleeves, you need that decoration on your wrist, don't you? You need to have that type of, that something different. That's really important. So if you want to have that, you've got the chance to be able to create that lovely look, even if it's just stretchy bracelets for £8.95. You've got 2 strands. It's your double trouble, double trouble. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Straight on we go. Oh, you're not doing another double troubler? Back to back double troubles. And if you're going to double trouble, perhaps you wouldn't anticipate double trouble on pearls like this. Now then, oh yes. When we off it now, I will say yesterday we brought you the silver version. We've got those beautiful powder blues and silvers in a double trouble, and they flew out, because I think at the moment we're all very much aware on the price of pearls. Now, we talked about this earlier on last week, and if you weren't watching, I will just recap, because it's really important to highlight that the price of pearls is changing in the jewelry industry. Our buying power is pretty special on pearls. We really have got something special going on, but how long that lasts is indeterminable. One of the things that we must reiterate is that if you look at the Chinese pearl market, which is where 75% of cultured pearls come from, the price is skyrocketing from 2010 to 2013. The price has skyrocketed, and the depletion of the sourcing has dropped. And I think that probably the two go hand in hand. 60% yield has decreased in the past 4 years on this stone. 60% has dropped in the past 4 years. Then when you consider that 60%, if you actually look at it over the 4 years, it actually is the past 2 years where there's been the most significant fall. And you can see it dropped 50% in 2012 and 60% from 2010 to 2013 in the yield of the actual stone itself and bringing it. Then, when you put that into respect of the price tag, 40% price increase on some of the varieties of freshly harvested pearls over in this very special place in China where they're yielding around about 70% of all cultured pearls in the jewelry industry. In the same period of time, the year before to the year of 2013, September to November, the price change was 40% higher. That's a huge increase. Huge. So we should be seeing that reflected in our prices. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But you know, what do you think? If you've got that type of research, what do you expect? What do you expect to see with your pricing on pearls? Well, go to your local jeweler shop and have a look at the prices of pearls there, or go to your department shop who are selling for pearls. They're often not selling the genuine pearls these days because of the price of pearls being so astronomically high. That's the reality of the situation. On the jewelry industry, there is a lot going on the pricing of pearls, and that should be reflected in the price we're about to offer you here. Now, you have got here two very special strands. First of all, your 8x7s in your green and your 8x7s in your silver blues. And that combination is true luxury. And whatever the price tag I'm about to do, I really would ask you to do your research on the price of pearls, because I don't know whether we'll be able to do anything like what we've got here. If you do want to join us, now is the time to do so. Now, I've just received, am I allowed to read this out? Okay. Let me have a look. I've just received this. Have we just received this? Has it just come through? This morning. Perfect. And it's from Pauline in Cheshire. Pauline, thank you very much. And she says, just had to share this especially as you're doing bridal today. And that was obviously... oh, we did bridal today. Oh, maybe because we were doing the pearls. As I said, watching another program this morning, and the pearls were on. A pearl necklace with a 10 6.5 to 7 millimeter necklace with a 14 karat gold chain. So it was in 14 karat gold. So they're just offering that luxury of the metal. £177. Even a pearl strand, brackets short, with sterling silver and pearls, not perfect rounds, £57. Just thought this would give your other jewellery makers an idea of price when selling. Oh, and earrings with one pearl and sterling silver shepherd hook, £22 to £50. Looking forward to today's show, and that's Pauline. Pauline, thank you so much for getting in contact with us. Thank you so much. So, I mean, obviously, often is the case that you can set pearls in gold, and then the pricing coming in at $177, according to Pauline. She said sterling silver pearls, £57, and then even just a pair of earrings, £22 to £50 for that. And that's Pauline's research. That's Pauline coming to us with her research. Do run. You know, if maybe you're flicking through the channels, or alternatively, go to your local high street. You've got the web in front of you. Try and do some research, because that's when you really do get a sense of the kind of buying power that we can transfer to giving you great deals on pearls. Our buying power. Now, how long we can offer pearls like this at this price tag is indeterminable, but when you consider what's happening in the pearl market right now, there is no guarantee you'll always get a deal like you're about to see. And this is what you'd classify as the ultimate pearl double trouble, the ultimate double trouble pearl deal, because both strands coming in at £19.95. Now, you've got to highlight to yourself that you know that I've previously done deals similar to this at a higher price tag. That's why I'm saying this is the ultimate pearl double trouble offer. This is the ultimate time to buy. Of course, that's working out at less than £10. And when you consider that you've got a lot of movement in the jewelry industry for all pricing on gemstones, especially coloured gemstones. I know that Steve, as we were in a meeting just a couple of days ago, and he was literally just saying it's quite scary. The price of coloured gemstones is seriously changing, and that includes pearls. That includes the demand on pearls. You know, it used to be that the demand on diamonds was huge, and the rest of the jewelry industry will probably deal with that because they had the backlash of great pricing on coloured gemstones. It's changing. Everything's changing. The buying power that we used to have, we've still got it. We've still got that command because we've built up connections. Of course, our business as a whole is nearly 10 years. In fact, I think it's coming up to 10 years, 10 years old. So it's that buying power, being in the industry for long enough to really get those connections. And we go direct to the mine as much as possible. And by doing that, we really do try and source the very best deals for you and then pass them on to you. And that's one of the other things about who we are as a business. By the time that we get a great deal, what we could have made a decision is actually we've got a really good deal, but the price on the market is higher, so let's just charge the price on the market and get away with making more money for ourselves. It's not how we've ever worked. The reason I've stayed here as long as I have and not looked to work elsewhere is because we don't work like that. If we get a great deal, you get a great deal. It is that simple. And that's the transparency of the business from our channel of JewelleryMaker all the way through to our sister channel of Gems. The reason that we've got the things like the FIFO results that we have. Do you know that I think I'm right in saying that we have 90 here on JewelleryMaker, 98% FIFO 5-star result. I think I'm right in saying that. Our sister channel has just gone up yet to that. Have you got that? We have got it because I know it's just been updated this last month. It has just come up. So our FIFO results. For those of you who don't know that, it's an online customer service that you can respond to the service that you receive from the pricing of our gemstones. Oh no! See if is it not working? Have you pressed the right button? Dion's like, yeah, I have pressed the right button. Don't even just. Try it one more time. Go on, FIFO. Tell us about your FIFO results. Tell us. Computer says no. We'll see if we can get that sorted though, because it is interesting, and I'm sure the last time I looked, which was this morning, but my memory's really that bad, at 98% FIFO results, so we're doing really, really well on that. And rightly so, when we've given you deals like this, when we're offering you such exceptional grade of pearls, luxury pearls for £19.95. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial, or you could join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Congratulations on that deal. If you're wondering what I was looking at, I know my eye kept on doing that. I know I did that twice, and I thought, oh, you are going to get a call. Somebody just walked past and looked really, really funny. They looked really suspicious. It was Matt, and Matt's Steve's son, and he was walking, and he's just had a knee operation. He was looking particularly suspicious as he was walking past us, going, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? £19.95 is all you pay for those phenomenal pearls. And if you've got those, well, you know yourself, you've got a great deal. Now, talking about a great deal. Oh, there you go. It wasn't 97, it's not 88, it's a FIFO. Here you go, FIFO. 99% from 21,799 reviews. It's on the bottom of your website homepage. There you go. So that's who Anonymous has just got in touch with us. Bless you for doing that. See, this is what I mean. You know, you just helped me present. You are. Yeah, are you going to get commission or something? Do I have to pay everybody for helping me present? That'd be great. 99%, so we have got 99% review on this, and there you go, look, somebody else, Alice, is it Aileen? Aileen helped me out as well. 99% from 21,799 from FIFO. Can you thank all the con centre for excellent service regarding my order? And it's a great show, and that's Aileen. Aileen, I have to say, our customer service is something that is at the height of our business, and that's from me, and that's from our call centre to our amazing guys who are in the rooms, obviously building up your bundles and things like that. Everybody's all about customer service, and Aileen, thank you so much for getting in touch with us, and I will always pass on. We did it yesterday because we had some fantastic reviews on our call centre yesterday. It was heaving on the phone line today, as it is today, and it's great to have your company. Let's have a look. Nigel, hello Nigel, saying just bought a pearl bracelet in sterling silver for a wedding anniversary at 6 stones, approximately 6 mil, and it cost me £93. Nigel, I don't really know what to say. I don't know whether I say commiserations. I don't know whether I say congratulations on the anniversary, or whether I say, Nigel, make your own for less. That's £93 for a bracelet with 6 bells. It's a decision to be made, isn't it? Like £93, when you consider like £93, I think that's a lot of money.
No, it's a lot of money.
I think £93 is a lot of money, and I work hard for my money, and so I know that I want my money to go as far as it possibly can. And when you consider £93, or alternatively, and I'm not saying that the same quality because I don't know what Nigel's bought, but in the same sense, when you consider that you've got 2 strands of pearls for £19.95, which is 2 strands, not 6 pearls, that's 2 strands of pearls. It's pretty special, isn't it? £19. Thank you so much for getting in touch with us. We really do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. £19.95 is all you pay. And Nigel, I don't know what to say about your purchase. Congratulations is what I'm going to say. Because what's Nigel said? What's Nigel says? I know! Sorry, Nigel. Yeah, I wasn't being good though. I wasn't thinking. Nigel, congratulations. I don't know what to say to Nigel. I don't know what to say. It's great to have your company, Nigel. That's what it is. That's what I want to say. Really nice. And in particular for you to share with us your buying, because actually that does keep us in perspective. It does remind us and of that we are exceptionally grateful for you to share, and genuinely. Right then. Did you make this one up as well? You cheeky little monkey.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Are you taking responsibility?
Guilty.
Right. I'll tell you now. We could go straight to the stencil, and it's gonna sell out. Okay, so if you want, shall I just show the stencil first, because I showed the stencil last because it was hiding under. I can show the stencil first, but there's still masses. I will say, massive. Not the anodized aluminium as well.
Yeah, you get a sheet, big sheet.
See, this time the stencil's on top of the anodized aluminium, so that was hiding underneath. Oh my life. Okay, so let's go to stencil number 2 of today's brand new stencils. These are see, butterflies. The moment we put butterflies into a stencil, we know it's going to fly. We know, we know it's going to fly. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, this gorgeous spring. Oh, I embarrassed myself then. Yeah, I've got this wonderful scenery. If I just lift this up, then you can see dragonflies again. You've got butterflies, and you've also got this gorgeous combination of the bulrushes and the springtime meadow. And you have here, this is brand new. Now, I always know that when we've got brand new things, it's going to be busy on our phone lines. But when it's this good, when you've got a stencil that you know is going to offer you so many different diverse designs, and we've seen that the stencils work with polymer, we're about to see the stencils work with anodized aluminium. You could work these with a variety of different mediums and techniques and get some exquisite results. Your butterfly, you've got your, I mean, this is the dragonfly, you've got the bulrushes, you've also got the reeds, so you've got loads of different textures to be able to create to your jewelry making from this one stencil. Now, this is just the beginning of this kit, and this is a brand new stencil. It's never been seen before, and we've added and we've added and we've added, and for those of you who've not tried anodized aluminium, this actually might be the time to do it. This actually might be the time for you just to go, actually, what, I'm going to go for this. It's coming in one kit, and it all comes together for one deal. Now then, I know I'm not meant to touch anodized aluminium with my hands, am I? I'm meant to touch it with gloves on, so I'll quickly pick it up like that, so I know I'm not messing with it. But the only reason is it's not that you're protecting your hands, it's that you're protecting the anodized aluminium. Because anodized aluminium, if you've got any kind of oils on your hands, which we all naturally do, if you put it onto the anodized aluminium, it can influence the dyeing process. So you do, if you are touching the anodized aluminium, if possible, either put some kind of cream on, you know, protector cream, or alternatively, probably wiser to put little gloves on to protect the actual metal itself. So you're going to get a sheet of your anodized aluminium, and we're also going to give you the dyeing powder for the anodized aluminium as well. So you're going to get the green and you're going to get the purple. Oh, I'm heading into spring. Oh, I can see it now. What are those? What's the purple flowers that are in all of the meadows? What's the purple ones with all the different sprigs of colour? What are they called? No, they're not lupin, are they? You know which one I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Chrysanthemum? No. Crocus?
Yeah, you can get purple crocus. They're
Yes,
lovely, aren't they?
you know which one I just... Lavender? No, I'm not thinking of... There's a certain flower with those spiky bits.
Yeah.
Text me in. What is it called? 60777. What are the flowers I'm thinking of that have got the spiky, and they're almost in a big column? What are they... I have no idea. I'm no good at... I can... Pretty flowers. I don't know their names. If you do know their name, text in. I bet you Mark's texting in right now, because Mark's Mr. Flower. It gets me to try and remember the name of flowers, and I look at him going, what? I can't remember my name most of the time. Are you getting me to... This is a skippity piney marfulvar. That's what they normally are, these Latin names. So if you do know the name of the flower I'm thinking of, text in. It'd be nice to know what I'm talking about. 60777 is the text number. Start your text with JM Studio and then give us your name, and then if you know it, is it this? Oh God, yes, that's the flower. What is it called? No, that one there. 1, 2, 3, 4 cross. That one, yeah. What's that flower called? They're showing me an image right now of a flower and they're trying to find out what's it called. Yeah. It's that one, that's the flower.
Are you sure it's not a lupin?
Is it a lupin?
It might be a lupin.
See,
I thought it was
Shall I just move on from the whole flower thing, since this is JewelleryMaker, not come buy flowers? Right, you've got your anodized aluminium powders, and you've also got your actual anodized aluminium sheet. We are going to show you how to work with these, so if you're wondering what to do with it, don't worry, all will be answered. You've also got your beading threads, your monofilament and your elastic, which of course are essentials, just the mechanics to your jewellery, and you've got your findings pack. These findings packs are turning out to be probably the most important part of our new releases so far this year. Brand new findings packs with some extraordinary additions, including the extra long head pins. You've got your extra long shepherd hooks. You've also got a meter of chain, 2 different sizes of toggle clasp extender cord ends, and all together in one find pack. 100 pieces of findings that you get within our findings packs. And take a look at your addition. Now this is why I'm thinking about that flower that we're still trying to work out what it's called, because this hyacinth.
Oh, hyacinth, they smell beautiful.
Me nana's gem, why did I not know that? Oh, do you mean hyacinth? Yes, Hillary, that's exactly what I mean. That's the spiky one, isn't it? Isn't that look like a column?
Yep.
Hyacinth. Now I feel better. Hillary, thank you. Yes, I'm happy now. I feel that I've found a balance. You're all thinking to yourself, what's she talking about? Hyacinth, that's the gem, that's the flower. And the reason I was thinking of hyacinth is because of this colour here. You know, that really rich floral colour. Yep. You know, it really has got that intensity. And if I think of that flower, especially because it's spiky and all of the petals are individual and they've got that edge to them, I kind of think that you've got that quality to each one of these stones, because they are quite edgy, they are quite dramatic. You know, they're not rounded, smooth, faceted stones. You have texture, you've got that real like polka-like feel about heading out with all of those colours. You've really got that life to this quality. This is such a good looking kit. This is such a good looking strand. You've got 230 carats of your purple and yellow quartz medium nuggets, and then you've also got your double strand as well. That's your 120 carats of your amethyst in your double strands as well. Just check out this look, and this is so you. This is a kit that is so you because it's multimedia. Yeah. It's purples in your amethyst. It's nuggets. We like to add texture. I mean, this is something that it's an exploration of something different, isn't it?
It is, and I think a lot of people have said, oh, I really want to get into the anodized aluminium. And again, the techniques for doing this are just really simple. You get a whole sheet, so imagine how many different components you can make out of that one sheet. Yes. And you get the 2 different coloured dyes as well. so that you can and you can stamp onto it. You can use your Pro marker pens on it, and then you just seal the colour in, and so you can make anything: bracelets, earrings, necklace.
Yeah, it's
rings.
phenomenal, really, isn't
Brilliant,
it?
yeah.
We do have the pens. I don't know whether we've got the pen available today, but we'll certainly see what we can do. Okay. Okay, apparently we will bring that to you as a little add-on, so we'll try and organise that. Wonderful. You're gonna show us. Oh, I thought that. No, I thought you'd said that this was going to be higher. I thought you said that this. Sorry, Dion, my producer. I thought she said that this was going to be higher than the last kit. I thought you said this was going to go higher because of the anodized aluminium. We're going lower than the last kit. When you've got double strand of amethyst, you've got a strand of the larger nuggets of your bicolour of amethyst and citrine. Then on top of that, you've got a stencil, a brand new stencil at that. Let's not forget that stencil that we began with is brand new. Plus, we're introducing you to a whole new medium with your anodized aluminium if you haven't already tried it out. And all you pay is not even $29.95 because we've got to go lower, according to Dion, than the last kit. I thought you said we were going to take this one higher than the last kit, not lower. Okay, £24.95 for everything that you see here. An amazing opportunity. Huge congratulations, Joanne, Debbie, Deborah, Denise. If you want to join us, we are going to do. Are you going to show us something with the pen? Oh, are you? Okay. Well, we do have the pen available, so we will do that as well. I've only seen this work. I've only seen this like being used 2 or 3 times, so it'd be nice to see it in action. In action. This is interesting jewellery because it's totally different to any other medium that we have within our stock list. It's kind of like, I'm a metal worker, and it's the closest that I've been able to get to metalworking here, and you don't need to know how to solder to use aluminium. You don't need to have all of these really skills that take quite a while to learn. You can actually have metal in your designs with just a few basic knowledge skills. And I mean, we've got the Get Started with Anodized Aluminium tutorial on YouTube, so if you wanted to have a look on in depth how to dye your aluminium, it's there for you. And it's just lovely because you can make the metal any colour you want to complement your gemstones, and you know, fun and funky. So there's a sort of jewellery that you see in galleries, boutique jewellers. That's exactly what I was about to say. So there's excuse me. There's a theatre that I go to, I've been to quite regularly because my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law used to work there, so I used to go quite regularly with the kids. And we used to, whenever you walked into the foyer, and it's a theatre, but they have a little gallery of jewellery, right? And the moment I saw your jewellery is the moment I went straight back to that little gallery of jewellery, these glass stands, and it's something that made me go. And every time I used to go in, I used to be quite excited to say, "Oh, I wonder what's going to be in the gallery today. I wonder what's going to be in this display box." Was it a display, or could you buy from there? No, you could buy. Could you? That's brilliant. It's a great idea. It's a very good idea because obviously, the jewellery it was interesting jewellery. Artistic jewellery. It wasn't high street jewellery. No. It wasn't the jewellery that you'd go and say, "Oh yeah, I can buy that in that street there, and I could buy actually the same thing over there." It was totally unique, and that's the same here. It's artistic. Really has, and I liked it because I wanted to know. Oh, I wonder what somebody's been making today. You know, and often was the case. I used to try and work out what they've been working with because it was something different. And that's the same here. I think this is so different that you're going to have your jewellery talking about, you know, to talk about jewellery. Now we do have an anodized aluminium DVD. We do have that available. So if you do want that available, you can join us. I think it's me actually, me who presents alongside the lovely Cherry. So you get to learn how to create these wonderful textures to it, and that's the DVD. It's an hour long of different looks. Then on top of that, we also have the tutorials on our website. It's on the website and it's on your YouTube channel. It's the Get Introduced, you know, where you do your introduction to different medias, the introduction to anodized aluminium. So that goes into more detail about how the dyeing process. But basically the aluminium, the pores are open to accept whatever colour, and then you just have to close the pores after, which you can just do by
steaming. So I just put my steamer basket over the saucepan and just did it that way.
And that's the bit that I guess a lot of people go, so how does it go? How do you make it work? It is very, very simple. It's all explained on the DVD, Anodized aluminium DVD. It's step-by-step instruction, and of course it's just £4.95. So if you do want to get that step-by-step instruction, it is available in part, introducing you to how to get started on YouTube, or alternatively, if you want the hour-long step-by-step instruction, you can have that for £4.95 as well. So fantastic DVD, and something totally different. And you're going to show us something different altogether again, because of course this is the brand new stencil.
Yes. And so again, you can use this stencil with all the things that I showed you before. So you can use it with your polymer, you can use it with anything you want. But with the anodized aluminium, there's a few ways that you can do this. It's quite exciting actually. I had fun playing. Okay. If you put masking tape onto your aluminium and then you place it in the dye bath.
If you put what?
Masking tape.
On your aluminium? On
your aluminium sheet.
All right.
And put it into the bath, and then when you take it out, you peel it off. It will make the shape.
Sorry, the steam bath?
No, into the dye bath.
Oh, into the dye bath?
Yeah, into the dye.
I thought you meant actually in the bath.
Oh no!
Sorry.
I did make a mess, so that probably would have been cleaner.
You know, honestly, I had this really stupid. I know that was a really stupid thing to think, but you said in the bath, and I was thinking, why is she in the bath?
No, you have a pot of your dye, which you get with the kit.
I know that because I do the DVD. I know that, but I'm thinking, why she got in the bath? That's really a strange addition. I'm so sorry. Okay.
So if you put your masking tape onto your aluminium, I can't
So sorry. I just got an image of you in the bath with like a big sheet of aluminium going,
you need to clean your brain now. And these stencils are brilliant because, as you can see here, I've used the stencil to take out the images that I wanted, and then I've actually cut them out and put them onto my aluminium. So on the cuff, if you have a look at the cuff there,
here.
That's when it came out of the dye bath, it was purple, but the parts where the butterflies were white. So then you can put it into the green bath and you can turn the butterflies green, or you can use a permanent marker or an alcohol inks or one of these pro markers to actually colour in. And you can also use your pro marker to stamp onto your anodized aluminium over the top of your butterflies.
So you have these markers here that we offer.
They're brilliant.
And these obviously they're two tipped.
Yeah.
We know we've got a question. We will come to that in a second. Don't worry, Sheila. We will answer your question. But we'll just while we're talking about this, we'll talk about the pen. So we've got the wide tip, and you've also got the fine nib as well, and because you've got the two different gauges of the tips of the nibs of the pen, it means that you can create different designs. And in particular, when you consider this type of design, this is quite fine art, isn't it? It's quite, you want to add a little bit of detail, so you want to find out, but if you want to go a little bit more strong and powerful, you could do that with the wider nib as well. So you get those two different looks from the one pen, and it comes as part of it. There you go. It's a good close-up of a nib of a pen.
Well, the wide part is really good because if you're going to use your stamps and you want to colour over your stamps, then you've got your wide nib, so it goes through it very, very easily. And then you just stamp onto your aluminium. Whatever way you're going to add your colour to your aluminium, you mustn't touch it with your hands. You must have your gloves on until you've sealed it. Now, I know it sounds like a faffy process. It really isn't. I colour all of my aluminium. I work out what I want to make before. So I've got my shapes, I've cut out my shapes, I've coloured it, and then you just put it into the steamer. So use an old saucepan. Don't use anything that you'd use if you're going to make your dinner with.
Yes.
So get a saucepan, and I just went and bought a basket. Those metal baskets that open like that? I think it was about £5.
Oh, yes,
put it on top of my saucepan because I didn't want to use my steamer. But if you've got a steamer you don't use, you can use that. Boil the water, put your aluminium in there, leave it steaming for 40 minutes, and then after that you can touch it with your hands. You can cut it, you can make holes in it, you can do whatever you want to. But you must always seal that in because it closes the pores and keeps all of that work, all that colouring that you've done in to the aluminium. And then, so you simply then, once you've decided what shapes you're going to do, I put my stencil back over the top of my butterflies, and then I just went round the stencil with my pen.
And your price tag on the pen for the double nibbed pen is just £3.95.
Oh, is it? That's good.
So if you do want the pen, £3.95, double nibbed, one wide and one double nibbed. I don't know whether I've ever said that before.
It is though, isn't it?
Double nibbed.
And you can use that on your polymer, and you can use that when you're stamping, you know, to make your letters stand out more. So you can use it for lots of craft things. Again, it's multimedia. All this crosses over, so you don't have to just use it within, you know, the confines of this kit, which is great. So, and then you get all different colours, and you're making your own components, real artisan feel to your jewellery, and then you can start to turn your components into your jewellery. You know, into earrings. I mean, a cuff is so simple. It's just a long piece of aluminium measured out to fit your wrist.
Yes, and the question was asked.
Yeah.
The question was asked by Sheila. I think it just came up, wasn't it? She said, "Is the edges when you've cut it? Are the edges sharp?"
Yeah. Well, they're not very sharp, but with anything working with metal, just take some sandpaper or an old emery board and go round. It's so. That's a good thing about aluminium.
It's not now. I'm touching that.
It's very, very easy to work with aluminium as opposed to, say, thick silver or whatever. If you use the emery board or the sandpaper, it will just take away that sharpness. And then I've hammered these as well because I like a nice hammered effect on the metal.
I do like that. I like the mottled effect.
Yeah, it's quite
up on my
rustic.
wrist like there.
And you know, you could add some gemstones to that and actually put a clasp on if you're not happy with the cuffs. You could have it 3. I mean, that would make 3 bracelets if you didn't want a big statement thick one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, wonderful.
And the same process in the ring as well. I made exactly the same thing.
And it's not sharp, you know. When people are asking, is it sharp? No, not at all. So when you've filed it down, it definitely says it's not sharp. Apparently, we've got another question as well, and the other question that we've got is just coming up now. Come on, computer. There we are. Hi, Vicky and Debbie.
Hello.
This year, I would like to get out of my comfort zone and challenge myself to a new medium. Brilliant. And this is the one I'm going to try. Woo! The DVD is going to be my first stop. Do you have any advice for a complete novice? And
that would be my advice. Get the DVD, because the DVD is a masterclass. Between the DVD and if you've got access to our website and our YouTube channel, those two in themselves tell you everything you need to know. I mean, showing you how to colour really is a designer inspiration show, so maybe, you know, I'll do one of those, also, you know, but it's not hard. I don't really do, I know it sounds silly because I'm a jewellery designer, faffy. I don't really do fiddly and awkward, and it really isn't. And also, you tend to learn as you go along.
Yeah.
So you're teaching yourself, but you're also getting lovely results at the end of it.
Because also with the things like the powders, the different ratios of the amounts of
it's on there. It's written on there.
Because it has to be de-anodized water that you use and things like that.
Yeah.
That all information is all available on the DVD, and the different balances of powder that you use will also give you the different potency of the colours that you get from the anodized aluminium.
But you don't really have to worry about that when you're starting out. Just get your powder, put it into a bowl with your deionized water. Now, deionized water is what you put in car batteries. You can get it from your local hardware store for your car place for about 69p for a litre. You can use regular water, it does work, it's just not as effective.
Got you. Didn't realise that. Right then, what are you going to show us?
I was just going to show you how to make some earrings out of the components.
Okay.
You don't even need to have the hole punch, you can just, because it's so
malleable.
malleable.
I was going to ask that. I was going to ask about the holes that you put in.
They're so malleable. I mean, I would usually use my little hole punch tool. I love that tool.
Hole punch. You've got a thing about that hole punch.
I was going to use it and I thought, no, don't use it. Just
you just love that hole punch.
It's
anybody who hasn't seen just a little bit infatuated by the hole punch. And I mean, it's not a bad thing. It is. If you're going to be infatuated by one thing, why not make it a hole punch?
It could be worse, couldn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
But it's asleep in my toolbox.
It's asleep.
He's got a name, actually. I need to name him.
It hasn't got a name.
No, okay. Mr. Harry Hole Punch. Harry, he's asleep. There we go. Okay.
Oh, right. But if you do want a hole punch, if you want a Harry in your life, then you can join us on our website. We do have a variety of different hole punches, different gauges, you know, your doublers and things like that. So if you do want a hole punch, www.JewelleryMaker.com. If you don't have that available to you, speak to our call centre and they'll talk about it, and then they'll find it and they'll add it to your order.
It's the easiest way to make holes. You know, if you're making like the bracelet where you've got lots of different components, you're just going to add your jump rings to put them together. It's the absolute easiest way to make holes. Forget about drills, wonderful tool.
Okay.
But with this, I'm not even using my hole punch. I'm just using my round nose pliers at the top of my metal. Great thing about this aluminium, it's really malleable, and I'm just going to roll it down so that I've actually got.
Oh no, you're not going to say that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not.
So you can put a chain through that, you can put a cord through that, you can put, you know, I just
Is he thinking you were going
wire.
to go, okay, I'm going to stab it through with the top end of the...
I mean, the earrings are there and that's all I've done.
No, that's too clever. Oh, you very, very clever lady.
And if you actually go over your stencil, over your rough aluminium before you put it in the die, and you go over your stencil with a wax crayon, I stole one from my kids' crayon box, that's what you get. You see those little feathery, that's top part of the flower, because it doesn't take, it acts as a resist to the die.
That's so cool. That
So
looks
you
like
can just do that.
seraphonite. Have you ever seen seraphonite? And it has like little angels' wings inside it. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
beautiful. Seraphonite. It just looks like that. You've done that like angels'
So
wings.
you can be really quite creative, and you don't need a lot of fussy things.
Wonderful.
So yeah, I would
That's it.
recommend it. I would
Just literally curl.
just curl it over, and then you just add your wire or your head pin. I would make a little bail with this one, wrap loop, and add it to my...
That's just so simple. Loving that. Loving that. If you do want to find yourself in a whole new remit of jewellery making, it really is something different to work with. Why not do it for today for £24.95? And of course the DVD, £4.95 is an added to your order on a single postage packaging of just £2.95. Congratulations on that deal. Great idea, great idea. Lots more still to look forward to. Don't forget that we do have our brand new wire.
Yeah.
This really is the ultimate mix your media show, because not only are we doing anodized aluminium polymer clay, we've also got brand new wire, square and half round wire, plus tools to match alongside it. It's all coming up. Oh, and the lavender up. You can't go anywhere. It's time for the Wall of Fame. I have got 100, and it's Gracelyn. And she says, I've been collecting your stunning gemstones for some time now, and I've only recently plucked up the courage to put one or two bits together. My Wall of Fame entry is Botswana agate pendant and an earring set, all components from JewelleryMaker. I have used organza ribbon for the neckline, which I have macrameed and fits over the head. I never go a day without my fix of laughter and adding to my skills. I hope you like and look forward to showing you some more of my ideas. Bless and keep on making JewelleryMaker family happy. Gracelyn, well, it's lovely to have your company for the first time on the Wall of Fame. Welcome. Yeah, we want to see more, because you're doing some wonderful designs there. Love that simple formation of getting that colour against the skin with your ribbon. Lovely piece. Congratulations to you, and keep them coming. 100 you are.
I've got 101. I love this. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's
like, yeah. Hi all at JM, this is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. These bubble necklaces and earrings, I love it, were made with hematite rounds and silver and gold coloured chains and spacer beads, all from JM. I also made stretchy bracelets and rings to match. I love to watch JM and get some ideas and put my own twist on them. Hope I'm lucky enough to be picked for the wall, and a wee win would just be fantastic. And that's from Agnes. Agnes, I love those. They just come alive. I bet they're gorgeous actually on the neckline.
Yeah. And I have Valerie in Yorkshire. She said her latest entry is Botswana agate chunks. Chunks are the only way to describe the large one, she says, with the small rounds in between. The picture just doesn't do it justice. It's much nicer in real life. Made this ready for my holidays. Oh, here we go. Valerie's off on her holes. We'll miss you, Valerie. She says, if they ever come around, yes, we are waiting patiently. And a win would be great in the meantime to keep me busy. All the best to you all there. Well, all the best, very, very, very best. Back to you, Valerie in Yorkshire. And thanks so much. I think it's fair to say there are some serious agate in those. Glorious. 103.
Oh, look at that. 102 chainmail. That looks like something Jenny would wear.
That's
Hello
amazing.
everybody. I was shopping for clothes for my holiday and found a beautiful blue maxi dress, but couldn't find a loose style belt I like to wear on the hips, so I decided to make my own.
That is amazing.
I love blue and copper together, so I got out the copper scales and decided to have a go. I've never made a belt before, but I love the end result. It's surprisingly very fluid and slinky and very comfortable to wear. Every second scale has been hammered, so has a texture which unfortunately hasn't come out too much in the photograph. and I've added a small chainmail link tassel at the end for a bit of added interest. I also cut all the jump rings, which took me a while, but it's given me such satisfaction that I've made all the components. I can't wait for the sun to come out now. Me
Yeah,
either.
I was going to say, bring on the sun.
Michelle from Manchester. Michelle, that's gorgeous.
Make a Manchester
Love it.
bling.
102.
Like that. That's wicked. Angela, ooh, crackled quartz comb. It's that time of year when everyone starts thinking of weddings and proms, she says. I love all aspects of jewellery making, but if you pinned me down on my favourite task, it would definitely be tiaras, combs and all pieces for special occasions. All supplies from JewelleryMaker. Good luck to all. There have been some amazing entries lately. Thank goodness it's a draw and not based on skill, she says. Well, Angela, I have to say, I think that is glorious. So you've got a great skill base. But no, the Wall of Fame is all about just let's all share our skills together, whether you're just getting started or whether perhaps you're advanced like your good self. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. A lovely look. I'm still starting to plan. I'm going to 2 weddings, back-to-back weddings, and the first one I'm singing at.
Oh, wow.
So I'm stood in the church singing in front of people who I've never met before.
That's hard.
Yeah. Well, I've done it quite a few times, but I've never done it for probably about 7 or 8 years. I've not sang in front of people for a long time.
Oh,
it used to be my job, so I used to go, obviously trained as a singer, so I kind of quite comfortable years ago, but when you haven't done something for so long, so I need to feel good, so I'm planning my outfit, and honestly, I can't decide what to do with my hair. I can't decide whether I go for a nice fascinator hat. What do you do? I might bring in the outfit and get everybody to decide.
Yeah,
what shall I do?
Well, you need to feel confident, don't you?
Yeah, especially when I'm like putting myself out there. Yeah. I know I do that on a day-to-day basis, but not in front of people who I can see. So that's it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
Oh, they're very, very different people. Anyway, moving on. They're like, all right, Vix, move on. Stop talking. We've got lots still to look forward to. Lots and lots still to look forward to, including brand new wire. Brand new wire, brand new wire. We've never had anything like it before, and the wire's wicked.
It is brilliant.
Yeah,
really good.
With tools, and it's all coming up, so don't go anywhere. We have got for you, yes, ooh. Cast your eyes on the strand, the ultimate strand. It's your concave cut, and it doesn't get much better than this. It's coming up straight after this.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck!
Join JewelleryMaker this Mother's Day for some great offers, exciting new strands and a game of Guess Who. Mother's Day on JewelleryMaker. If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
We all know having the right tools for the job is important, so we here at JewelleryMaker have designed a toolkit which includes all your essential pliers for jewellery making, including round nose and flat nose pliers, wire cutters, as well as a bead reamer, snips and tweezers. You've got everything you need for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
These are the most sumptuous gemstones I think I've ever put to a... Oh, I don't know whether I'm even allowed to say that. I know that's a crazy thing to say. Honestly, I don't know. This is got to be... They got to be one of the finest concave cut strands that we've ever seen. They are phenomenal. I don't know what quantity I've got, but if I haven't got anything more than 500, I'm... What? Oh my life. Right. Shall we just have one? Let's just show you one. Let's just go straight into the centre one. And we're going straight in. And it doesn't matter how close we get, the closer the better in my mind. Because this is true craftsmanship. True wonderment of beauty. Now, the thing is that this is us showing you the highest skilled craftsmanship, the lapidary work that has gone in to draw out this unique quality to your gemstone is second to none. But the fact of the matter is you would never be able to appreciate the lapidary work unless we have the quality of gemstone to balance out. And that's the thing, we've got to have the gem quality to match the quality of the lapidary work. If I just profile this, you'll see for yourself each facet, each individual facet that we have here is really creating almost vortex-like qualities inside this gem. This is formidable quality craftsmanship. This is utter luxury. You don't see cuts like this very often. Now, I've just been asked what kind of quantity have we actually got, because I asked the question and I didn't answer. The answer is we had 55. You can see the quantity is not going to hang around. This great, I'm showing one, and it's not only one that you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on this strand. Now, of course, we'll work on the average of 10. I can't guarantee you're going to get 10, but pretty much I think it's fair to say average of 10. 10 pendants, I think so. 10 pendant and earring sets, potentially, yes. This truly is luxury. Margaret's already said yes. Maria, Maureen, Vivian, Anna, Kathleen, Beryl, Joanne already said yeah. You've seen the quantity from 55 dropping to 40 already. We haven't even talked about the price tag, but perhaps we need to now. Perhaps every single one of these gemstones could command, well, what do you think? What price tag would you expect to pay for a single pendant sitting onto a beautiful chain? What would you expect to pay if you went into your high street jewellers? Because that's the grade of stone I'm looking at here. This is luxury qualities. The true regard of lapidary work, creating a 3D design inside the stone, is because of the differentials between a flat facet, which is what you'd get from a traditional brilliant round cut in something like a diamond, to then a little bit more of a contemporary cut, bringing you right into the present day, really maximising on the skills that have been really homed in over the past few years. This is a 3D facet, so you've actually got a conical-like formation to a facet. So instead of getting the flat facet, you've got a conical formation of a facet, which then means each one of those individual gemstone light reactions is taking place within a 3D formation. That's why you've got that shooting light reaction through the center of the stone. Truly exquisite. Half the quantity has already been allocated. In fact, beyond that now, we're just about to hit the teens and we haven't even talked about price. 55 dropping to 18 now left in stock. A 50 carat lavender amethyst graduated concave pairs, 10 in total. You decide how you're going to work with them, but each one of them is special for just £37.95. You're getting all 10. That's working out at each one of these stones coming in at less than £4 a piece. That's less than £4 for each one of those. Now, if you went to your local jeweler's shop and you tried to buy each one of these as a pendant, would you expect to be paying less than £4 for that privilege? Less than £4 for craftsmanship worthy of true artisanal qualities. You have got truly luxurious gemstones in each one of these. I'm moving them around because I just think as you move them around, you get even more really probably more appreciation of the quality of craftsmanship from the top to the bottom, from the table, which is the very top of a gemstone, the flat open part of the gem, that's your table, to the very tip. In fact, this is probably quite a good time to be able to talk about that. If I go, which side am I going? This one here. Can you see how it's profiled? If I hold it to the profile, then we'll be able to see, because we don't get many chances to be able to talk about the terminologies that you would put to a cut gemstone. So let's do that here because this is perfect. So the largest surface area at the very top of the gem, you can see it there, the flat open surface where you really get to see the internal qualities of the stone. I almost call it the looking glass location. It's called the table. So it's the flattest, widest part of the flattest top part of the gemstone. The widest part of your gemstone, wherever that be, so the widest part of the stone here on a profile, I'll show it there, you can see it's called the girdle. That's the girdle. Now, as you can see, this is a truncated edge. So from the flat part of the table to the girdle, you have this truncated, this angle. And that angle has got its own name. It's called the crown. The crown is exceptionally important to a cut of a gemstone, because with the crown, you get light reaction that then totally transforms the gemstone internal plane. And then you've got the pavilion. Now, the pavilion is from the widest part, which is the girdle, to the tip of the stone. And that pavilion is obviously always about the opening of the gemstone to colour and to movement of light. The final tip of the gemstone is called the coulee, and the coulee is an essential to really give you that pinnacle to the openness of the gem itself and in its cut. That is the ultimate gemstone of desire at the moment. £37.95, and I have 2 left only. That's it. 2 chances only for £37.95. Now, when you start to work with these gemstones and you're looking at the wonderful light reaction, remind yourself you've got that open table, you've got that lovely wide part of the stone, the girdle, you've got the pavilion, which allows us to appreciate the light entering. 2 chances only left for 37. I've already only got 2. Okay, I've got 13 people who have put into their baskets, and I only have 2 strands left, and that's it. That means I've got buyers in Bedfordshire, Bristol, Hertfordshire, Lanarkshire, Lancashire, Ayrshire, and Argyll and Bute. 4 web buyers who are anonymous, who are saying that if they want this, or who I'm saying if you want this, you need to check out your baskets, because if you don't, unfortunately, you're going to lose out on this deal. That simple. £37.95. As you look at your gemstones, remind yourself you have got high quality, top drawer, luxury lapidary work, maximising on the quality of the stone itself. That will be a sellout deal, and huge congratulations. £37.95 is all you pay. Now, we still have amethyst to look forward to, but this time we're talking about amethysts in pyramids, and these are your freshest of springtime greens from your prasiolite. Of course, a real collector's gemstone, green amethyst, sometimes known as prasiolite, with its exceptional qualities of what? Yep, we're talking transparency, which is diaphanity. Again, today seems that we've had some really high grade, high clear gemstones, which is fantastic for anybody who's looking for sparkle. We're doing it now. Where has the time gone? Why is it sometimes I sit here and I look at the clock and like 2 hours has just disappeared? It's time for your wire. Okay, it's time for the wire and the tools. Okay, so let's bring which tool? Excellent, glad you're giving me that information. Let me just work out which one that is. This one, no. It is this one, fabulous. Now, different tools today will do different jobs for different wire. So we do need to be very specific. Now, I'm going to talk to Debbie quite a lot within this because Debbie, you are going to show us how to work with these tools today. You are going to show us how they transform your jewellery, really. Yeah. One of the things that we highlight with these kind of tools is that first of all, they're made by Beadalon, and those of you who know your branding for jewellery making tools, Beadalon really have got an exceptional reputation for high quality tools that do very, very much a professional job.
Yeah, and you trust the make. Well, I do.
Yeah.
Not because of what I've heard, but because of what I know, because I use them. You're going to get a comfortable tool, you're going to get a tool that does the job, and you're going to get a tool that lasts.
Yeah.
And that's important. I don't want to keep buying tools, you know, I want my tool to do the job and I want it to last.
Truly, and that's really important, especially when you're buying tools so specific to a pertinent job.
Exactly.
And that's what this is, because what we're about to offer you is a tool that matches alongside our specific wires with the Beadalon wire. Again, I must highlight that this is all part of one range that we're bringing you. We're about to give you square and semi-circle wire. Now, this tool in particular works alongside your half circle, so your semicircle wire. This tool in particular works alongside the wire that we're about to offer you, but it works for specific gauges in particular, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a banding plier. So, you know, if you're a wire worker, you won't need me to tell you this, but a banding is wrapping, which is fine if you're using regular wire, but when you're using your square wire, which is perfect for wrapping stones, it's perfect if you want it to sit flat, you need a different wrapping technique, which is actually quite fiddly to do by hand.
Yes.
And what this plier does is it makes a double right angle for your first wrap for you to follow. So it makes your first band double right angle because you're actually wrapping square wire, so you need it to make a double right angle.
And Debbie does have an example of that on her neckline piece that she's already created. So if you're wondering what we talk about with that double angle, we might be able to quickly grab that. And Debs, will you just point to where the double angle begins, just so that
well, I've
we can
actually
show
got, this is what it will make. Can you see that?
There you go. Thanks, Deb.
Can you see I've got a complete double right angle there? So it's like, in essence, a little square at the bottom, so that I can take 3 or more wires within that and wrap them with this piece of wire. Because when you're wrapping round wire, it's different because you're just making a round loop at the bottom. But with this, you actually have to make a right angle, which is really quite difficult to do by hand. So if I show you actually on a component there, the middle part is, do you see? Now what I've actually wrapped to start with are 3 square wires together. And what my tool has done is giving me the first wrap to hold them snugly for me to continue banding. So that's why they're called banding pliers.
And so the half circle and the square wire need to be used with certain tools just to get that finish. Now that's the square wire, but the same principle applies for the
It's exactly the same. I mean, the half round is very good because you get that nice round texture, so that if you're doing rings or you're doing bangles, and also if you're wrapping stones and you don't want it to look flat from the front, you've still got the nice texture and the round shape of round wire, but the back's completely flat. So I made this just really quickly last night, but if you look at that, I've actually used flat wire and it will sit flush against your stone.
Oh, now that's clever, because especially for those of you who are doing cabochons and things like that, if you create your cabochon, instead of having a fully rounded, if you're working with your flat wire against the cabochon, you've still got the rounded wire to the visual,
yes,
but it's sitting closer to the cabochon, yes, to hold it and nestle it in.
Exactly that.
Oh, I'd never thought about that with a semi-half
exactly
round.
That.
Oh, semi-half round. Semi-half round. Semi-half round.
Semi-half round.
Oh, we need to give you the tool before we give you the wire. Loads of people ask her this. This is your pliers to do your double. What did you call it?
Double right angle.
Double right angle design. I'm learning something new today, guys. I'm learning something new. Let's learn together. But congratulations if you got that. Is it simply just putting it into the middle and then squeezing and then it goes dink?
Yeah.
but you only work it for 22 and 24 gauge.
Yeah, it says on the top of the tool what gauge, and obviously if you're wrapping, you're not going to want to use like 1 mil or big gauges to wrap, because you wouldn't anyway. So it caters for all of the wrapping at 0.6, 0.5, and on the top it says which little mandrel for the wire. So it says 21 on one side, use your 21 gauge, which obviously is the American version of we tend to work on 0.8, 0.5.
21 is 0.7.
Yes, which
gauge.
Again is quite a good gauge if you're a serious wire worker and you like your wires. Yeah. And you literally just put it into the mandrel, press it, and it makes a double right angle. It's super simple.
And do you
want me to show you?
We will show. Do you want to do it on the square? Because we're going to do the square as well. Do you want to do it now? Fair dues, we're going to show it now. Okay. We have good to schedule. We've got the time to be able to do it. I'll head over and then we can stand together, and I will pick up I'll do the wires as well. Okay. So, what was I going to say? There's a question that I was going to say. Yes. Okay. Let me just reiterate one thing, because this morning I was getting my head around this, because this is new to me. For those, obviously, those of you know, this is new to me totally. And I was asking questions galore. So if I haven't asked a question that you want asking, please just text in. If you want to know about these pliers, if you want to know about the wire, because it is brand new. If you've got any questions, text in. 60777 is the text number. Now you need to start your text with JM Studio. Once you start your text with JM Studio, give me your name and then give us the question that you got asked, just so we know who we're talking to. That would be wonderful. Normal network charges do apply, and we'll do our best to answer everybody's questions, but obviously I can't guarantee if I've got lots coming in, but I don't think I will, because when you see it in action, you'll instantly go, ah, that's clever.
And what I was going to say, if you're wondering what would happen if you put the wrong gauge into the pliers, I did that just to see what would happen, just to see if it was relevant, because I'm like that, and it snaps the wire. So you don't want thicker wires into... The
numbers at the top relate to the gauges.
Wire.
Now if I show you this, like this, okay, if I show you that, here's the tool, and the tool says applicable for 22 and 24. Now that basically is American gauging. So 22 and 24, and I'm just learning this. You might already know this, so apologies if you already know this, but this is me learning today. 22 and 24 are actually gauges of wire. 22 is 0.6 and 24 is 0.5 gauge wire. And then if I show you that we're about to offer you the wire for 22, so the tool will work alongside this wire specifically. If you try to work it with something like 20 or 18, actually the wire would snap. So you're working this tool alongside this number gauge, and that's pretty important, just so you know that you're working with the right wire, and make sure when you've got the wire out, you know, that's my 22 wire, put it and make sure you label it, because if you're working with 22 wire, you don't want to mix it up with 18 or 20, and then the tool won't work as efficiently. So that's what you want to make sure you do. That's kind of what I've absorbed today.
Yeah, and that's when I was playing, that's what I did. And I know I usually know my wires by sight, but when they change shape, it's a different thing.
Yeah, and obviously you get used to the feel of wire. Even I get used to it. I know what gauge that is.
So all you do, you've got your tool here, and it's got two little mandrels inside. So it actually does two jobs. You've got your 20 and your 21. And now I've got my 20 wire here. Now the only thing you need to remember, you have actually, I don't know if you can see that, in the middle of the tool, there's like a square.
Yeah.
Can you see that? You don't want to put your wire in that square. You need to avoid that. That is sort of your central point. So that's the only thing to remember, really. So I'm looking for my 20, which is on this side. I'm going to put my wire in the jaws, make sure that I haven't gone into the middle, that I'm just there, and then I'm just going to press it. That's it.
Oh, you're being serious?
Yeah, so I've got a double right angle ready now, that if I wanted to take a couple of lengths of wire, say I was making a project and I wanted to have 3 of these all bunched together, because I'm going to make something wonderful like Rachel Norris, I wish.
Yes.
Then this will securely fit over
it's
those.
like it creates a double right angle.
A double right angle. So then I'm free to carry on wrapping, but I've got my first one really, really secure. Now, I'm not a serious wire worker. Anyone who knows me knows that I use wire in my designs, but I'm not a Laura Binding or a Rachel Norris. So I did actually ask my friend, who's a serious wire worker, if she thought this tool was relevant, because I was like, oh, well, can't you do that by hand? And she actually said to me, no, it's very fiddly to do it by hand.
So when you've got that beginning, you can then continue
Once
your
you've
wrap.
got that double right angle to begin with, it makes wrapping the square and the half round wire a lot easier.
So it literally allows you to get that wrap around to then continue that amazing. Okay, now I've got loads of people on the phone lines who are buying the wire now. We've talked about the tool. I've got a lot of people buying the wire. The graphics there, we haven't told you anything about it, to be honest, which is mind-blowing, but that's your trust in us, and we really do appreciate that. Genuinely do appreciate that. So let me just go through the gauges again, because we're about to do your half round wire. So your semicircle half round wire is what we're offering you now, and it is in a bundle of 3 different gauges. So I will just highlight the gauges that you're going to get within this combination. Two of them, one of them will match with the wire pliers. The others are just there for facilitation of jewellery making. You've got 22, 20 and 18. Now 22 is 0.6, 20 is 0.8, and 18
would be, let's think,
1 mil?
1 mil. Let me have a look at it and I'll tell you. Yeah, 1 mil.
1 mil.
So obviously some of those you're thinking, well, they don't go in the pliers, but you need them to construct your piece. So you need something that you're going to wrap.
Yep.
So that's why you get the gauges that don't go in the pliers, so that you
1
can
mil.
do both. 1 mil, thought it was.
If you do want to join us, now is your time to do so. You're getting all 3 packs.
That's good.
All 3 packs for £12.95. Now it's 2 meters of your 1 mil gauge, it's 3 meters of your 0.8 mil gauge, and it's 5 meters of the 0.6 mil gauge. So you've got all your different variants. The tool is at the bottom of the screen for £15.95. Very competitive pricing. In particular, we're very aware of the fact that there are other places that sell in America, etc. We are aware of that, but when you start to consider that the postage and packing to America is quite considered, or from America to us, we know that we really are focused on that price tag for you, very much, really giving you that great price deal. £15.95 for the pliers, £12.95 for the half round wire bundle. That includes 2 meters of the half round in the 1 mil, and on top of that, the 8 mil, you're getting 3 meters, and you're getting 5 meters of your 0.6 mil gauge, and that's all together for one price tag of just £12.95. Kathleen, Alison, Meg, Maureen, Carol, Anonymous in Merseyside. Have we got? Did you say we've got another? We've got a question. Here's the question. The question is from Susan in Cumbria. She says, can you tell me if the wire gauge on the pliers is AWG or SWG? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but what if you mean, does it say 0.8 or whatever? It doesn't. It says 20 and 21. So it's this sort of American, if that's what you mean. That it's
yeah, Susan, just text in what do you mean? Just so we know, AWG, SWG.
It actually says 20 and 21. It doesn't say 0.8 and 0.6. If that's what you mean. If it isn't, let us know what you mean.
Is it actual wire gauge or something wire gauge? Oh, yeah. Susan, just text in it. Sorry, yeah, break that down one for us, and then we'll be able to answer the question for you. Fantastic opportunity. £12.95 is all you pay for your brand new wire. This is your half round. That means you can create that flat connection to your flat surface, rather than, if you think about a full rounded wire, if you think about that rounded wire and it's sitting against a flat surface, there's only a tiny part of the wire that's holding against the actual material that's flat. So if you wanted to have something that sat totally horizontal and flat to the actual, this is the one for you, isn't it?
It is, and I think in silversmithing we use the D-shaped wire for rings and for bangles, because they sit close to your wrist and close to your finger. But then you've still, like wedding rings are usually D-shaped wire because you've got that, still got that nice shape on the front. It's not dead flat, but it's very comfortable and it sits very flush to your skin. So that's the benefits of the D-shaped wire, so that you can still wrap it around your flat wire because it's got a flat on flat connection, but you've also got you've still got that nice look of the roundness on the top of your design if that's what you desire.
Apparently the ASAW, whatever it is, AWG means, there we go, Richard, it's Richard who's come back with on this one. AWG, American wire gauge.
That's what you meant.
SWG, standard wire gauge. They are different. Yes, is the answer. 18, 20 and 22. If I just say, I'll read out what it says on the back because it's easier to give you the specifics of what they say on the back. So 18 is 1 mil by 0.5 mil. Okay, so that's your 18, and then your 20 is 0.81 mil by 0.4 mil, and then your 22 is 0.6 mil by 0.32 mil, 32 mil. So you can see there you have got your variant gauges. 5 meters, 3 meters and 2 meters there, all of your half rounds. If you want to get the tool alongside it, £15.95. Don't forget that's 1 P&P for the whole day. So it's 1 P&P that you can keep on adding. So if you're going to get both lots of pliers and you're going to get both lots of the different wires, we've got the square wire coming up and we've got the half rounds going on right now. You can pay £1 postage and packaging and add as many times as you like on that single P&P. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Congratulations if you get that one. I have got lots of web buyers who did check out their web baskets. I've got a lot of people who've joined us on the phone lines who have actually multi-bought on the wire.
I'm not
surprised.
Idea, really. It's quite hard to get hold of generally, this wire, and also not in huge reels, because you don't always want a huge reel, do you? If you're doing a project or if you want to have a play with it, you want to get it in a manageable size, and I think that's where this is quite good, because you know, if you're not that confident, you don't necessarily want 100 meters of something, do you?
No.
You know, you want a small, and you get a good range of gauges through this. And just to clarify that it does say it is on the tool in the American size. It's written on the tool in the American wire gauge. But if you forget, if you go online and just put conversion, it'll tell you. And most beading magazines have a little chart.
It says on the back.
And it says on the back.
Very
and
specific.
There's a great illustration on the back of how to use the pliers as well. So that's really helpful.
I'll just hold that there, and then we can see that there. So that's there. And also on top of that, that gives you the information as well. It gives you the step-by-step instructions on how to work with the tool, etc. So you do get all of that information as part of this deal as well. Another question, if wrapping a cabochon undrilled with half-round wire, how do you finish it, please?
Do you mean actually wrapping the stone in the half round, or you'd be better, how do you finish it? I'm not sure. Well, if you look at this one, this is a drilled, but I've used it as if it wasn't drilled. All I've done is taken 3 wires, banded them together, put the stone inside and opened out the 2 outside wires to hold the stone like a cage, and then you get lots left over at the top to make a bail, or to, you know, and you can either cut off your remaining wire, or you can do loops, or you can add extra stones. So that, even though that's drilled, that druzy, it's not, I haven't got a piece of wire through it, it's held in by the cage. And this is where your half round wire really comes into its own, and your flat wire, because it holds flat against stone, holds it really
cushioning
securely.
it, isn't it?
So you get that whole contact, like you said.
I'd never thought of that. I really hadn't, until you picked it up. I went, oh my goodness, and we've got so many cabochons.
Yeah, loads.
We've got so many, and actually the round works okay, but if you had something that had that absolute surface tension, flat to flat, that's perfect.
It's really the security of your piece, then, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
Great idea. £12.95 is all you pay, and that is your half rounds. Congratulations if you got that one for just £12.95. And I'm moving on, and I know there's a lot of people who've been waiting for the square, because the half round is something that perhaps is different, but the square is totally different.
I love the square, because the square is great for hammering as well, because you get a different look. And also I think when you wrap in the square, your wrap, as opposed to the rest of your design, is completely flat, and I like that.
It's quite contemporary, I think.
It
The
is.
square design is quite contemporary. If you do want to join us, well, I tell you what, here's the time to do it, because this tool is not going to hang around. We know for a fact that these tools are not hanging around in our vault right now. They're on and they're gone, so it's first come, first served. If you do want to join us, as I say, don't forget, everything comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want to see for yourself, the kind of prices that you can get elsewhere, do your research. And then, of course, don't forget that everything here comes with that 30-day money-back guarantee. Do I think you'll need it? No, but at least you know you've got it. We have got here, again, your pliers working alongside 22 and 24, so that's working alongside your 0.6 and also your let me get this right, 0.5. So 22 and 24. Ollie, my director, was trying to guess the gauge. He's going, 0.5. He was just giving me any random number.
Not 0.12.
That literally was just giving me any number.
But they're perfect for your wrapping, aren't they? They're the gauges that you want to wrap. And this plier works in exactly the same way as the other plier. Exactly the same. And it's just as I showed you, exactly the same again, but you're just doing a different gauges here. Double right angle. Fantastic illustration on the back, actually. Really simple. And the tool's really simple. There's nothing to remember apart from don't put your wire down the hole in the middle. That's it.
And that's it. And because it comes with the 2 gauges, if I just show this as a close-up, because it has very specifics, the 2 gauges of the wire to work with, because the plier is designed to work with each one. Can we catch that? Yes, we can. So you've got 20 on this side. So you know specifically, if you've got 20 gauge wire, you're going to place it onto there. If you've got your 21, then you're going to place it on these. And each one is pertaining to, because obviously the ones that we're looking at here are the square. You have obviously got the wire cutter, the wires for the pliers for the rounds as well. They are different.
Yes.
You can't buy one plier and use the square and the round wire on it, because that wouldn't work.
No, and it's just, well, I haven't tried it, but you would think that they've done that for a reason, wouldn't you? I mean, I did try and sort of put the wrong gauge in just to see what would happen, and it did actually sever the wire like that. And Beadalon know what they're doing. You know, Beadalon are a trusted name, so yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. If you do want to join us, you can do so on the phone lines. You can join us on the web. Your price tag for your brand new wire pliers is £15.95. It's your square wire pliers for just £15.95. Please do try and do a little bit of research on this. There is other places that offer different prices on this tool. We are very aware of that. Most of the places that sell this are over in America, and again, you want to remind yourself that if you're buying from America, you have to pay a certain price for the postage, etc. So do a bit of research. It's very much worth to do that. Do some research on the price of these pliers. £15.95. Somebody's just asked the question, can they solder silver-plated wire?
No, I wouldn't. It loses its colour. Because it's coated, you'll lose your coating, so no.
There you go. There's the answer. Somebody asked the question in my ear. There's obviously somebody who's just asked a question, and so there's the answer. There you go. Speak to the professionals and they'll tell the answer. Again, I had every single one of. I had producer Dion. I had Ollie, and also was that Ryan in the background. Also, they're all trying to give their own decision on that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys.
I suggest that you probably could. And then we go to you and you go, nope, definitely not. It's like, well, I thought that as well.
It melts the coating off, or it just distorts the colour. If you don't mind that, then it will band the metal together, but I wouldn't recommend it, no.
It was like, oh yeah, that's what we meant. I mean, we didn't mind it distorting the colour. £15.95 is all you pay. Fantastic tool, really, really strong tool to add. And I'll show it again. I will show it again just so you can see why you need this tool, because I know for a lot of people, you know, you look at this tool and you go, what exactly does it do? Well, it's about creating the double right angle that then creates, and I'll just rotate it there, it creates this formation for you to then create this type of look there.
So there's 3 straight wires banded together, and then I've just curled, and you do whatever you're going to do with them. But it bands them together, and a flat was done pretty quickly, so it's not the neatest, but you get the idea.
And your friend who is a rather master craftsman of wire designs,
she said,
a fantastic tool.
Yeah, some of you probably would have heard of her, Sue Mason-Burns. She writes for a lot of the magazines, and she is a real wire expert. And I thought, well, I need to ask an expert, because as I say, I use wire, but I'm not a Laura Binding or a Rachel Norris. And she said, if the exact words, if the tool isn't fiddly, that would be very useful. And it's not, is it?
No, not at all. You just showed it.
You just squeeze it, and that's it. So it isn't fiddly. So I think that, you know, when it comes to actually wrapping square wire, you can't go wrong, because it just gives you that beginning band to carry on wrapping, and then you're going to get such a neater look and a more secure look to hold it.
Yeah.
And I was surprised how easy they were to use, because it's just very, and they're really lovely, you know, substantial pliers. Then, you know, you can tell, can't you, by when you hold a tool.
Yeah, and as you say, for one what could be a fiddly job, to get a tool that actually makes that professional finish.
Yeah.
Especially for that professional finish. And when you're working with square wire, you're getting something different anyway. You're creating something unique, so you really do want to get that professional look. You've got the chance to be able to do that here. You've got your 3 variant gauges again, 18, 20 and 22, and that works out as 0.6, 0.8 and 1 mil gauge, and your wire pliers do work with your 22 gauge, which is of course your 0.6. Whew! That was just a really lucky guess. You get all of this wire bundle for one price tag. You know it. It's £12.95.
Brilliant.
Congratulations if you do want to join us on this. So you're getting all your gauges. You get 3.5 metres of your 0.6 mil gauge. You're getting 2 metres of your 0.8 mil gauge, and you're getting 1.25 metres of your 1 mil gauge within this bundle combination. £12.95. Square wire creates a contemporary look, and I think for me, I think square wire is very much edgy.
It is. It gives, again, that I was talking about, that artisan feel, that gallery feel, that something a little bit different. It gives you that, but it also gives you, it's more practical because it's flat and it holds things better.
Can I ask a question? And I'm going to be devil's advocate right now.
No.
Okay, and I'm going to ask the question.
Okay.
Because I want to know the answer, and it's better to ask the question live, because you might be asking the same question, right? The question is that, could I create that look with that tool without the tool?
No. Well, you could wrap the wire, but it would be much fiddlier.
Right.
And it wouldn't be as easy, and it wouldn't be as neat.
So it's the ease.
It's a bit like, you know, like when you do your one-step looper tool. You can do a loop, can't you? But you can't. How do you make a exact double right angle with your pliers?
Right.
I mean, it would take about 10 minutes, wouldn't it?
To get that, and it's to get that.
So you're literally going, you know, squeeze, band, and I actually had a look on the Beadalon website for a technique, and the guy was doing it, and he did lots of these. He worked out how many sort of wraps he needed in his piece, and he just had these kind of lying around. So then he'd just get one, and when you needed to band a piece, like say you're doing a stone, you'd usually do about 3 wraps, 3 sets of bands. So you just do 3 of those, and you start off and just band. So I think it just saves you time. It saves it being tricky and fiddly, and you know, anything that makes life easier.
One presumes it's because it's also a right angle.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do that, no matter how good I was. In my mind, I couldn't do this kind of angle.
And if I did, I'd need precision pliers. I've got some very thin-tipped pliers at home. I'd have to use those. So you would need a tool that was precision anyway. I couldn't do it with these. They're too fat. Yeah, no, I can't get one small enough, look.
No, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and I think that's the whole point of these pliers. You get it small enough.
For that capturing, to create that wrap design. I had to ask the question because my head was going, because actually if that tool's there, does it really do a job that I couldn't do myself? Or is it that it's designed for professional finish? And that's fair dues, because not all tools have to be for everybody, because it might be a case of, if you're somebody who has, you know, expanding their wire designs to the point where you're really ready to sell your jewellery, has to be professional, otherwise people don't want to buy your jewellery.
And that was the question I asked my friend, because she's a much more experienced wire worker, because I said, couldn't I do that by hand? And the answer was, actually, it's fiddly, and no, not, you know.
So really, no.
Yeah, so actually, having a tool, give me the tool, was the response, really. Right. Well, when's it going to air?
That's it, that's good. £12.95 is all you pay. Let's have a look. It says, how would you make a bail with square wire? And that's Stella in Somerset. Exactly the same?
Exactly the same. You just have your couple of wires coming up, say, from your stone, take your round nose pliers and wind it back, and then that's when your half round would come into its zone and you could wrap it round. So just the same way as you would.
You could work the square and the round together, half round together.
Yeah, you can work them both together. They actually complement each other really well, because regardless of what the front's doing, whether it's half round or flat, they're both flat at the back. So they sit, it's all about, my friend said it's all about the flat to flat. You get that flat to flat connection, which is great when you're wrapping stones, when you want something to sit securely. If you're using the D wire on its own, then you, again, like we said earlier, you've got the nice finish on the front, but you've got that nice flat back on the back. So these are the benefits of having the different shapes of wire.
Sorry, I just had a sudden thought. Yeah, I thought so. This has answered my question, because I've been reading something on the front of this packet and I've been going, German style wire, why is that triggering in my mind? German style wire, what is it that's in the back of my mind that knows something about German style wire? What do I know? And it's just answered my question. Do beg your pardon. For those of you who have not got this yet, for those of you who have, you've got yourself a treat. Because, and I'm annoyed with myself, because German style wire is actually really something that I should have told you pretty much at the very beginning, because wire is about hardness, it's about durability. And for those of you who don't know about the hardness of your metals, you need to, because actually it's about making durable jewellery, it's about wearable jewellery. And there is a sliding scale here, and it answers my question straight away. So the wire hardness, can you see here, there's a sliding scale, and there's the stainless steel here, and then there's your tension brass, and then there's gold, and then you can see it's a sterling silver. Can you see just below sterling silver, can you see what it says? German style copper. So if we went to go with just your standard artistic wire that perhaps you work with on a day-to-day basis that we offer you, right, which is still great, but it does say soft, right, and that's their opinion of Beadalon is suggesting that it's a much softer wire. If you want more durability, you want more strength, you want more work hardened jewelry, almost like, you know, when you work hard on your hammer, you work hard on your wire, that's the kind of level that you're going up to. You can see there, it's beyond just your classic hard, it's actually going up towards your sterling silver hardness, and that means you're getting more durability, more life to your jewelry. And I feel absolutely frustrated with myself that I've been looking at that going, German style wire, why have I not, why am I, what's triggering in the back of my mind? Because I learned it not so long ago that this is one of the most durable wires that you can work with within the jewellery making industry. No! I'm so sorry. I feel like I've let you down. I really am annoyed with myself. I'll not do it again, I promise. This is absolute wire work dream. This is really good. Sue, I'm Sue, the friend Debbie is talking about on air, and I'm just about to drop the pliers into my basket.
Thanks, Sue. She really helped me out, because I did panic when I got these. So I asked all the questions that you've asked me, and then I used them, but I needed to ask a proper wire worker, so that's why I asked
Sue,
them.
You're a proper wire worker.
You're a proper one.
Sue. Sue's like that, preening her feathers like that, I know. Karen, if you use the square wire with the twister tool, you get a fabulous effect. Oh, that's Karen telling us. I thought that was a question.
Yeah, I can imagine that you do, yeah. It is.
Do you know what? I'm really quite excited about the Wall of Fame in the next few weeks. I'm quite excited about what's going to happen with the Wall of Fame and, you know, the square wire and the round wire.
And you know, you're saying that it's up near sterling silver wire. The good thing about sterling silver wire is it's hard, but it's not hard to manipulate.
No, it's malleable.
And you can tell when you get it out of the packet that it feels different, can't you?
Because it's one of the finest balances. Here's another thing I learned not too long ago. It's got one of the finest balances between the discard. And here comes the science.
I want a graph like before, please.
Yes. I know. I'm not going that again. Malleable, but also ductile. Right?
What does ductile mean?
Ductile means that no ducks were harmed in the making of wire.
I was going to say.
Ductile means that you can move it and it'll hold it, but if you put it back to another place, it'll hold its space there.
Yes.
So it's got almost like a multi-memory about it.
Wow.
So clever, isn't it?
Very, very
So it's malleable means that it obviously is movable, but ductile means that once it's moved, it'll remember, but if you then place it into another place, it'll remember that as well.
Because I think some people think, oh, it's hard, why I won't be able to use it, but no, that's not right at all. It's very malleable and easy to use.
Yeah, because sterling silver is not hard to work with. In fact, we often say if you're going to get started into jewellery making, work with sterling silver because it's most malleable, it's most forgiving, it's you know, incredibly durable as well. And so that's what this is. It's your German style wire. I do beg your pardon. Your German style wire. £12.95 is all you pay. That's just congratulations on that. Really pleased for you. Square wire. Plus, of course, don't forget the pliers. Just like Sue, who's texting, because she's got hers in a basket. But you've got to check out your basket to guarantee that the pliers and the wire is yours. £12.95 for the wires and £15.95 is all you pay. And you can see the different types of designs that we can create alongside the actual square wire. Oh, it's working as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've been asked a question and I don't know the answer. Okay. And again, you look like you've got fear in your eyes. Going, what are you going to say? Oh no! Can you show us something with the square wire? Was a question. Can we actually see it being used so we can see how malleable it is?
Yeah.
But just because I think a lot of people are actually wanting to see it in action.
Like if you look, this is square wire. Just let me cut a length. Where's my cutters? Here they are. Now, what I'd use square wire for, and as a metal worker, I use a lot of square wire, but I use it in the context of soldering and making things rather than making big elaborate wire work designs. But if you can see here, each of your sides are flat. So if you wanted to get 2 or 3 of those and put them together to make an elaborate, you know, whatever, then can you see how closely they sit? Whereas when you've got your round wire, like you said, you've only got a little bit of the surface touching.
Yeah.
And then if I wanted to wrap those together, that's when my banding pliers come in to make my double right angle, to then place on my wires, you'd have more than 2, and then start wrapping around.
They're totally flush to each other, aren't they?
Totally flush to each other. So that you've got your first one to work with, and then you just continue. Look how I'm moving that. It's so simple, and yet it has got a different feel to it. And I'm quite used to working with sterling silver wire, and it does feel like sterling silver wire. It didn't occur to me.
You know who I'm thinking of right now, because I'm watching you do this, and there's one person who I'm hoping is going to get this. You know, our amazing wire sculptor Alison.
Oh,
and you know
Alison,
how she does all these wonderful sculptures, but she works with the rounds, and she's working with round wire. But if she was working with square wire, that was then flat, and if it was flat,
like the box that she did. You know that box, because I got her DVD. I think she's so clever.
And for those of you who don't know, let me just explain. Alison is one of our wire crafters, and she creates not just jewellery, but she creates sculptures. Things like I don't know where I've just seen our hot air balloon. Oh, our hot air balloon is just out there beside you, Dion. Dion's going to grab it for us. She creates these wonderful, but I'm just thinking she uses those wrapped wires to bring together her scrolls. And so if she could have the square, that means she would have a flat surface.
Yeah, so for things like when she did the box, for things like hinges where you probably don't want the hinge to show too much, you want it to be flat, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Totally.
So do you see how it works together where you use multiple wires and they just sit flush?
Yes.
And you could hammer, you could give texture, and then it would flail out, which would be lovely. And then you can just decide what you want to do from there. But can you see what I mean? How it's, oh wow. Wow.
Okay. So,
that's gorgeous.
I'm just thinking, right,
yeah, like sort of on these ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see how Alison's created this amazing design? But it's all based on scrolls, but then, sorry guys, I'm going to ask, do we mind if we get just a little bit closer again? Because, can you see how there's all these wire wraps here, and they're all wire wrapped?
Hello.
Hello, Dion. Dion tried to do that really unsubtly. You can't even see her. She's literally hiding down the side of the desk. Say hello to everybody. Nice and subtle there, Dion. That's it. Really subtle. Oh, did you hurt your arm?
Did you hurt?
I'm good.
She's good.
Oh.
She's really...
I just saw it disappear down there.
That's very funny. You can see here, so you've got your scrolls, but each one of them is bound together. You can see them all bound bound. You can see them all being bound, and I'm just wondering if you worked with the square wire, you'd probably get
less visible.
Yeah, get even more of that tightness.
Yes.
And you know that, and you know Alison's work is always so intricate that if you were working with this kind of wire, can you see how you've really got that because they're flush to each other?
Yeah.
Would work perfectly, wouldn't it?
So that, you know, if you're doing round, like when you're doing your round shape to wrap your stones, it's the whole thing is a fluid line. You haven't got like the bumpy bit, and maybe your wire wrapping isn't greatly neat and you don't want to draw attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you've just started out. And that's what I think where square wire comes into its own, really.
Got loads of people joining us. You said that you also hammered it, eh?
Yeah, I hammer it.
Eh?
So if I was doing a bangle,
now, this is why the noise was so loud, because the steel block is what Dion accidentally dropped.
I'll grab one here.
And the steel block and the hammer can really work well for those of you adding either strength hardening your classic round wire, or alternatively working with the square wire and adding that texture to it, because obviously we know that this is already work hardened because it has that sliding scale of just below, literally just below sterling silver for its hardness. So we know that that's a very, very work hardened and already strong wire, malleable but still very strong. But to add texture to it, steel block and hammer is what you can work with, and your price tag on the hammer and steel block £7.90 for both of them. Oh my goodness me! And considering you heard the sound of the steel block falling on the ground, you heard that sound, and you know that is a heavy steel box. Sorry, I'm still laughing. I mean, honestly, she could have really damaged herself. And what did? We just laughed at her.
I thought she ducked down because she was like, oh, I've made a noise. I didn't realise she'd fallen. Aww.
I know, we were just laughing.
Oh no.
Ollie when he went back in, he said, we showed our concern in laughter. That's our sign of concern. So steel block and the hammer for £7.95. So you're going to show us how to add texture, yeah?
Because usually, you know, when you've got your round wire, you kind of get that texture, but with square wire.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, I like that, Debbie.
So again, you've got that kind of rustic look to it. So you could then, where's my little thing that I did earlier, my little twirly? Oh, here it is. So, you know, if you were going to, my twirly whirly.
Twirly, nice.
If you were going to hammer that would add lovely texture, and it would be easier to hammer because it's dead flat.
Yes.
So it's quite good. I mean, yeah, you can texture any wire, but I think it shows up extra well on a flat piece.
Totally, because it's a larger surface area.
So then it splays out and it actually makes your wire thicker, so that you could potentially, you know, I've used that and soldered that gauge together and just made a bangle.
I can't wait for you to get this one home and start playing with it. Congratulations, you got that one. That's the square and the half.
Bless you. That was a really unusual sneeze. Was it a sneeze? Okay. That beats my sneeze that I did. Oh, we're having a great day today, aren't we? Do you want me to go first? Oh, that was a sneeze cough that not everyone could do.
Live television, honestly, there's not a better tonic than live television. Ah, just so funny. Okay, I'm there. I'm good. Lindsay, hello, Lindsay. It was a tutorial. Oh, this is my entry to the Wall of Fame, says Lindsay. It was a tutorial I followed, which came out much better than expected. I used labradorite and silver-coloured wire roll from JewelleryMaker, of course. I'm obsessed with wire work and gemstones and can't stop buying, much to the bank manager's dismay. Whoops. I love JewelleryMaker and I'm hoping to see more wire work. Wink, wink. Oh, well, Lindsay. It's like we planned this, but we didn't. Wire work, or you've got it there. Congratulations, and hopefully you got the square around the round, because more of that, definitely. Gorgeous. Lovely. 107 you are, Lindsay.
I've got 105. This is lovely. Really bridal. Hi JM, I made this pretty pink bracelet for a lady who's soon to be a bridesmaid at her sister's wedding. Made made using glass and freshwater pearls with crystals, onion quartz from JM on silver plated wire. I hope you do like, that's absolutely gorgeous. And that's from Kirsty.
Gorgeous. And I have Catherine, and she says, my entry to the Wall of Fame, it's simply a faceted carnelian round bracelet. I love all germs, faceted rounds for this design. I keep on missing Mark's triple stone cross macrame to make the chunky cuffs. Good luck to all, and that's Catherine. I'll pass on and see if we can show that again for you. 108. I think he's back on Tuesday with me.
I've got 106, that's lovely, it's that beading wire. And this is from Carol, and she says, hi all, here's my entry for this week. It was made whilst on Wonderful Gemma's workshop last week, I thought. It was a great day and I learnt lots. All the best to everyone, and that's from Carol. That's gorgeous, so neat as well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, fabulous.
106.
Very neat, I like the balance of it.
Yeah, I do.
And I've got Sarah in Surrey. She says, this is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. It was a Mystic Hematite, it is a Mystic Hematite bracelet using beads from the amazing Hematite Matrix box you brought with us. And JewelleryMaker findings. I'm just working on a Mother's Day project and realise I need some 0.25 Maya and more opal rondelles, so a win would be fantastic. Good luck to all, and thank you for the inspiration. You're very welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful piece, and that's 109 you are. Right, we have got for you lots still to look forward to. Brand new strand of green amethyst, plus we've got multicolored tourmaline, and I can say to you, 2 brand new arrivals into the building. Ooh. We have literally, and I do genuinely mean literally, just received them into our vaults, and they've come straight to air. They are very, very special, and they're to look forward to. But before that, how about this? Soft, sensual and glorious pure green amethyst.
Get involved with JewelleryMaker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, JewelleryMaker are never far away.
Join JewelleryMaker this Mother's Day for some great offers, exciting new strands and a game of Guess Who. Mother's Day on JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Ollie, my director, has just said to Dion 4 times, are you sure I'm allowed to put the under £10 now? Dion, are you sure it's under £10? Is it against this strand? Dion, are you sure? He's just, I'm not even exaggerating, at least 4 times gone, Dion, are you sure? Are you sure I'm allowed to put this on? Dion, the fact is if you would associate one thing, it would not be to put a strand like that glorious green amethyst, all of those amazing pyramids of green amethyst, and then put a slide right beside it for under £10. I am going to have an alert for anybody who's looking for a great deal right now, anybody who's looking for what is classified as probably one of our ex-trade show deals, and that's what I think that this is. This is most certainly a trade show offer, like we would have been thrilled to be able. We couldn't have fitted in a sneeze yesterday. I literally didn't have time to sneeze yesterday. I managed it today, but I tell you what, definitely wouldn't have had any chance to sneeze yesterday. I didn't even blink, I don't think, for 4 hours. We have got for you something that most certainly would sit wonderfully well alongside this feature, and this is a feature strand. Trade show opportunity. It's the only way to describe this price tag. It's your green amethyst with your graduate. I've already got multi-buys on this. People who see the price on the web are already buying on this, and that instantly is multi-buyers. That is already flying out on the website based on the price tag under £10. That's under £10 for this phenomenal opportunity. Ollie, my director, been working here for how long now, Ol? How have you long been 2.5 years? Over 3 years, is it? Of course, because we're coming up to our 4th birthday, aren't we? Yes, over 3 years he's worked alongside JewelleryMaker. Actually, Ollie used to be my producer over on our sister channel of Gems a long time ago. That's gone back some minute, Ollie. Those were the days. I tell you what, we certainly, going back how many years, I can pretty much guarantee that neither of us would ever have anticipated working alongside somebody like Dion, who would then The thing is, the only person who would be audacious enough, probably you, genuinely, audacious is the word. Audacious. You saw her. You've already seen the lovely Dion today. She's not so subtle, I would suggest, in certain situations, dropping big steel blocks and then dropping prices for this grade of gemstone. I really will promise this is what you'd classify as a trade show opportunity. Your price tag, take a look at how many you're getting. So much opportunity for one price tag. I definitely would double buy, because your price tag, one strand, offers so many for £7.95. I know I've been here a long time, and I know Ollie's been here a long time, and Dion's been here a long time too, but it doesn't seem to stop us dropping these prices to ridiculously low price points. £7.95 for your green amethyst graduated plain prisms. The size of these are 7x3 to 11x5, so you've got a really nice diverse look. I know a couple of people may suggest that they want to see them the other way around, so you might want to create, hang on. What do you think? Square wire, because you've got the prism, so you've got that like angular feel. Square wire, and then beautiful rise off the finger of that solitaire, and that literally is like a perfect profile solitaire, isn't it? Yeah, that's funky. That is funky. You can yours for the taking for £7.95. Lots, and I do genuinely loads of multi-buyers. That's Glenys, that's Sally Ann, that's Elizabeth, Jeanette, Lauren, Shane, or is it Sean, I think maybe. I've got Michelle multi-buying, Shona's multi-bought. If you've joined us already and you bought one strand, now you're thinking and contemplating maybe you should have double bought, well, come back to us. Come back and pick up the phone. If I've got any left in stock, you can have it. Can't guarantee that, obviously. Can't guarantee I've got enough stock to go around. Not when I've just got another 3 people multi-buying on this deal. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. We don't mind how you do it. We don't mind which way you can confirm with us, but we just don't want you to miss out on this deal. £7.95. Now, should we stop the under £10 now? Should we stop that? We say no. Now, when I now introduce this strand, and we've already learnt about this gemstone earlier on today, we already know that it's probably the most complicated stone. When I then bring you a double strand, and that is a double strand of multicolour tourmaline, well, we know that this is special. We know that this is very, very special. Now, I'm going to hold this out because I want you to see the colour range that you've got on this strand, because if I keep moving it round, I want you to see the richest of greens that you'd classify as chrome tourmaline. And if I keep on rotating it round, look at the reds. Look at those reds and pinks. Now, anybody who knows about their gemstones, oh look, there's Schlor, which is your black tourmaline, and then you've got your whites, and then you've got your lemons. Of course, lemon tourmaline is so different to anything like we've got. And then we've got some pinks, but can you see we've also got some reds? Now, you know what I'm about to say, don't you? If you've got red tourmaline, what have you got? One of the biggest collector's gemstones in the world, rubellite. One of the most commanded and demanded gemstones in the world. You can really see that quality in each one. I mean, look at the red of that gem though. I mean, that's not pink, that's red, and that's rubellite red. And as one of the experts on this gemstone within our building, I take absolute pleasure in offering you even just the smallest amount of rubellite for under £10. Yes, we're saying under £10. If you do want to join us, first come first served. It's a 90 carat double strand of your multicolour tourmaline, all for one price tag of just £9.95. We're sticking under £10. The under £10 deals are not stopping. We have got you a phenomenal opportunity there. Very, very busy on the lines. Congratulations, collector's gemstone. And of course, our nuggets are renowned for qualities of colour. Our nuggets give you diversity of texture to your jewellery making, and this is a full length. Now, you might be looking at this and going, actually, I wouldn't do anything other than restrand, because the hard work's been done for you. We've done all of the colour grading, we've done all the colour blocking. You could just restrand this and get, you know, have a wonderful lariat style necklace, and you've only paid £9.95 for one of the most spectacular gemstones that there is on the planet right now, for such an extraordinary arrangement of colours. £9.95 is all you pay. Phone lines are busy from the last deal, and even busier now because of this deal. And of course, when you start to consider what you can do with chips and nuggets, you know you've got something special with each singular look. If I put this on my neckline, I'm talking midriff length here. I mean, it sits wonderfully to the midriff and really gives you that easy wear to your spring and summer look. Are you wearing the likes of, are you considering, you know, the likes of maxi dresses, those nice easy wear linens, and you just want to have that nice spring look to your neckline? That's what I see in this. Do you agree?
Yeah, I was thinking that I would just string it, but I would put a clasp on it, because then you could double it up. You know, if you wanted it to sit up taller, or you could have it long. I like mine long, but sometimes, depending on the neckline of what you're wearing, you might want to double it up.
Or triple it up or quadruple it up. I used to do that with my wristwear, because I've got quite scrawny wrists, so I can often, you know, wrap around 3 or 4 times and then just have that you know, like multi-cluster wristwear look. Really summer, yeah, it just really does look summery, doesn't it? A great look. Again, some more multi-buyers at £9.95. Your ultimate qualities of multicoloured tourmaline in your nugget. 90 carats of one of our scarcest gemstones around. A real commodity of rarity as well as beauty. With then those colours that ranging from the delicate pinks, deep reds. I mean, they've got some of these deep red ruby-like qualities. Chrome tourmaline, of course, if you do a little bit of research on chrome tourmaline, you know that it's very, very special. Schlor, which is your black tourmaline. Actually, there's some blue there. Guys, can I just take that out of shot for a second? Ooh, you know what I'm looking at there? Have you heard of blue tourmaline?
No.
Have you ever heard of blue tourmaline? Indicolite. The reason that you won't have heard of it before is because it's extraordinarily rare. Paraiba tourmaline's rare, rubellite's rare, indicolite, extreme rare. Now I'm just going to hold it here because I've only got one piece. Right? I'm not suggesting this is indicolite. I'm suggesting that, and because this is multicolour, I'm holding it here. Can you see it there? This here, this one there. See how the light's catching through? That there. Blue tourmaline. I can see blue tourmaline there. And if you talk of blue tourmaline, you're talking indicolite. That's a collector's gem. That's a real collector's. I mean, rubellite's collectors, and there's reds on this. That's wonderful. Chrome tourmaline, Schlor, indicolite in one strand for £9.95. I think that's amazing. Congratulations on that. That is special, special, special. Straight on we go. Okay, I'm not allowed to go to that one yet. Is that because it's not going under 10? Okay, fair dues. I'm not allowed to show that one yet. I am allowed to show this under 10, am I? Am I? Now, these are so new into the building, and I do mean brand new, that that they've just arrived from the vaults, straight to air and straight to you. That's how new they are. Just arrived, and now I offer you the chance to get first dibs, I think they call it, don't they? First chance to be able to own this brand new strand. These are your Amazonite graduated faceted medium, I'd call them medium to large nuggets, because they're not small. 15 by 11 to 23 by 16 in this combination. Now, if I just give you some perspective, let me pop them on the wrist and let me just show you, because if I put one on the wrist, you'll get some identity of the size. These are most definitely perfect for those of you who like to do your cuff style bracelets. You know, if you wanted to have just one centerpiece and then nice wire work cuff bracelet, again, work alongside your square wire. And if you've got that square wire, really going to add that strength of design, because you have this square formation of the gem, and of course we've just been talking about, if you've got a square wire and then a flat surface to the gem, perfect, because you've got that flush dynamic. You've got, instead of having that rounded wire that's then got to curve against and just have one part of the surface area holding the stone. In fact, if you've got a square wire against a flat edge, well, you know you've got more tension, more strength, more flush formation of design, and that's what you've got the chance. If you've got the square wire earlier on, this might be a gemstone that you want to work with first off to get that real flush professional finish to your wire work as well as to your gem jewellery. And this is Amazonite, crisp Amazonite. This really is as turquoise green and blue as you've got. There's quite a lot of oh, I don't know whether you can see this. There's quite a lot of adulorescence inside here, because you know Amazonite has got a felspar. Did you see that? Can you see the adulorescence? You see that glistening? First time I've ever seen Amazonite do that. First time I've ever seen it do that. I need to go and ask somebody about that, because I don't know how it's done it. I presume it's the same principles of metallic. Hey, oh my life. Did you see that? Which way was it? Did you see it? Can you see it all? That's the first time I've ever seen, this happen. Can somebody ring up Hannah Rock? Is Hannah Rock's back yet? I know she's been away this morning. Is she back this morning? Will you find out? Can you just ask her, how on earth is Amazonite creating this? I've never seen anything like this. I always thought Amazonite was almost an opaque gem. I always thought that because it was opaque, that you would only get like that gorgeous colour because it's such a saturated turquoise, isn't it? But it's got almost like an adular essence. Tell us, is she there? Tell us to have a look on the screen. How does that happen? Is she having a look on screen? Our Hannah is a gemologist, and I've never ever seen Amazonite do this. I am baffled. Tell me. How? Is it feldspar? Is it a feldspar? So is that how it's because it's got the same composition? Ah, it's related to the feldspar, so it does have the same capabilities of moonstone and aventurine because of this glow. I've never seen anything like this. This is very sorry. Yeah, you're right. And Ollie's just gone, Vix, you've forgotten one thing. Now, if I knew that this, if I honestly, and you know that this has just arrived from the vault, it's just arrived to us. I've never seen, if I'd have known that this was going to come your way, and I thought this was going to go into £10, this would be my deal of the day. This would be my presenter's pick. I'd have sirens, I'd have klaxons. I've never seen anything like this before in Amazonite. Now, obviously, every strand will be different. I am baffled. I've never presented. I've seen some wonderful Amazonite, but I've never seen. Have you seen anything like this before in Amazonite? Have you ever seen our cameras pick up anything like this? Normally our cameras struggle to pick up anything like adventurescence or adularescence, but you've got it. Look at that light reaction. That's amazing. You know what it looks like? The sun catching on the top of the flickering waves of the Amazonite, of the Amazon. You know, when you think of the sun glistening. Ah, absolutely extraordinary. I'm so excited by this. I can't wait to get this home. You've got to get it home. I've never seen anything like it in my life. You're so taken. £7.95 is all you pay. I am baffled. That is so special. I'm so excited. You know what I'm thinking as well? I think it's probably maximised because of the surface area. Because these are not rounds, because they're not the smaller sizes that we've got. The larger the pendant, of course, the larger the slab, I mean, that's the more exposed you are to seeing this extraordinary light reaction. Related to the feldspar. And for those of you who wonder, what's feldspar? It's a family name for gemstones that include the likes of aventurine, moonstone, sunstone, any of those types of optical quality gemstones. So I didn't realise that. I'm quite... that's why you've got a gemologist on site, you see. We have a gemologist on site, 2 professional gemologists who work alongside us to give us their expertise. And that's why you know, it's always worth asking the question if I don't know the answer. And of course, I'm doing my accreditation to be a jewellery professional, but nowhere near the kind of knowledge that I would love to have for a gemologist accreditation. And with that in mind, that's why I've got on the end of the line there, we had the wonderful Matt and the wonderful Hannah Oxbury giving us their knowledge, their amazing knowledge. I mean, if you think about that square wire, £12.95 was it? Square wire, bit of square wire alongside there, creating the edge, giving that lovely flush finish to each one of those. Make a pendant. That's it, just one.
Be gorgeous. One
pendant in the centre, neckline, maybe a torque style necklace because you've got some nice one. That's wonderful. How many necklaces could you make like that? 2, 4, 6. What? 6, 7 of these gemstones, 7 of these pendants, or 7 of these focal points, and you're looking at £7.95 for just that. So amazing. I'm so excited by that. I need to show it again. I've never seen anything like this before in this gemstone. It's glistening. Truly extraordinary qualities. So excited. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that beauty. Now Scott, our sales manager, just walked in and he's the one who gave us this to put to wear in this hour. He literally has just arrived in the building. He's just walked in and gone, oh my gosh, what's that? This is Amazonite. Scott, this is Amazonite. Have you ever seen anything? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Literally, Scott has just walked in and gone, what is that? He's just given it and he expected it to be flat because obviously Amazonite is normally an opaque gemstone. It doesn't normally offer this. He only saw it on the picture. He said he didn't see it because obviously it's come from the vault straight to air. He's seen it in the picture, but wowzers. You never see, yeah. Everybody sing it. We've never seen anything like it in our lives. Congratulations. We're staying with under 10. We need that music. You know that music from I'm a Celebrity. What is it called? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh yeah.
And then the music goes down. Ooh. We need that because this is that special. And now rutile quartz, one of our most popular of gemstones, but this time not your golden rutile quartz. How about this? I'm thinking this is almost smoky rutile quartz, don't you think? Can you see smoky rutile quartz? I can't say I've never seen anything like it in my life. I can't say that again, can I? But oh my gosh, I'm genuinely, these, if I'd have known these were coming, which I didn't know they were coming this morning, and that's live television for you. Honestly, I never know what's going to happen next on these programs. I'd have warned you. I'd have warned you. Take a look. It reminds me of amber, because it has that internal dynamic. It makes me want to ask questions. It makes me want to go, oh, let me have a look. It has almost a matrix formation of beauty about it. And every single one is different. Every single one is unique. Every single one has got its own, almost its own story to tell. And some of them are darker, some of them are lighter. You do have a couple of golden rutiles, but I think these are smoky rutiles. Smoky rutiles. I really am quite specific, and I don't want to repeat myself because I don't like doing that, but I am going to say I've not played anything like this before. I've never brought you anything like this. Yes, golden rutile I've seen, but not smoky rutile, not with these chocolate coloured tones as well as your golden tones. Wonderful strand and under £10. Yep, let's say it again. You've got it under £10. All of your pendants, all of your faceted rutile quartz drops for £9.95. Busy on those phone lines. An under £10 section like no other. Under £10 with two brand new strands that have literally just arrived in the building, and then two brand new strands that have flown out of the building now. Congratulations, £9.95 is all you pay. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus gemstones for £9.95. That was working out less than £1 for each one of these. And these are one of our top sellers, you know. Rutile quartz is one of our top sellers, but that's golden rutile quartz. This is something different. This is something totally unique for us. Golden rutile quartz is popular, but your smoky quartz, I quite like that one. Look at that one. That's a really funky one. It's something so unique. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Every single one of them is different. Suzanne, Susan, Lillian, Gemma, Margaret, Michelle, Fiona, congratulations. Almost a Mother Nature's workmanship, a truly unique internal quality of stone, a magnificent masterpiece of texture that every single stone will offer you. Glorious. I wonder if I put them up against the neckline just to see where they belong. Every one of the pendant, do you think? Or maybe a nice cascade. Perhaps you want to do like a waterfall effect. Maybe adding a matching pair of earrings to go with it. Whichever way. £9.95 is all you pay for over 10. Well, I've got over 10 on this strand. Let's say minimum 10. Less than £1 a piece, that's for sure. Congratulations on that very popular gemstone. Straight on we go. And wow. Oh, that's a nice stencil. Ooh, brand new step. That's a funky stencil. That's cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
That's it. It could either be taken straight into the 70s and get that real like kind of funky vibe, groovy vibe, or actually you could go straight to perhaps the 1920s and go for that lace effect design. You've really got that detail. Or you could, there's loads of different genres this sits in, isn't there?
You could just take one flower.
Yeah, and go to a country garden, or you could go and get. That's lush. You could take even not just one flower, but one petal of each flower and use that as a pattern, couldn't you? I mean, that's the lovely thing about it. Each one of these stencils has its own unique quality about it. Each one has got its own unique pattern to it. And that's so I'm really excited about this. This is lovely.
It is lovely. They're all lovely.
You've done it again. She's on and gone and done it again. I have no idea what accent that was. You have here your glitter white and your black, so you've got that nice monochrome.
Yeah.
Oh, now then, I can't wait to see your jewellery, because if you've got monochrome, have you got black and white only?
No, because we've got the red mica powder.
That's what I was about to ask.
So you'll see with the jewellery how you can get completely different looks within this kit.
Totally different. Look at the colours of these mica powders. If you haven't seen mica powder in action, we will show you it in action with this demonstration to see what it could do. Mica, I was talking about mica yesterday. Do you know that mica is one of the most important colouring qualities that you can get into the jewellery industry? Mica has a huge influence in the jewellery industry because of its beautiful, it's not granular, because it's almost powder form. It's that thinnest of powder forms that has that smoothness to do. I didn't know that, and that's what you've got here. So you've got your 2 mica powders in your silver and in that lovely hot chili red. Then you've got your wire. You've got 10 meters of 0.6, plus you've got your beading thread, your monofilament and elastic. I'm going to keep going because we're not stopping there. You've also got all of your findings. There's silver plated copper findings, a meter of chain. You've got wonderful longer head pins, shorter head pins. You've got jump rings. You've got spacer beads. You've got toggle clasps. You've got extender clasps. You've got, you name it, you've pretty much got it in that finders kit. Plus on top, we're adding even more of that monochrome wonder, your blacks and your whites. It's your white howlite in your rounds of 9mm, and then it's your black obsidian in your small lugs. Oh, when was the last time we saw obsidian? Black obsidian that you have here, that contrast combination. You can see there that closer black obsidian within that green, almost petroleum-like quality when the light moves through it. Really different stone to any other black stone that there is out there, because most black gemstones are opaque, no light transference. Black diamonds, black spinel, jet, they have a total black base to them, so you have no transference of light. Where with obsidian, it actually does allow the light transfer. I don't know whether I can, if I hold something up like this one, some of them do have that capability of having light transference through, so you still get the black, but you also get the light movement. You can see that there, can't you? So this is a totally different type of a black gem to probably any other stone, and it's formed with volcanic activity, which most gemstones are. You know, the turbulence of the world and how it's formed. Gemstones are mainly formed over that kind of pressured environment and millions of years of formation. Obsidian is actually more about the way that it forms and crystallizes in this pressure, and that's why you still get the diaphanic garnet quality. Wonderful combination of gemstones with loads of ingredients in this combination. Transparency really will add a little bit more texture to the combination of your black and whites, with adding that red and the silver as well with your mica powders. You're going to get a lot of jewellery with lots of different looks from this combination. Lots of different looks for one price tag, and that price is just £21.95. £21.95. I can't even hold everything up because there's so much to show you. £21.95 monochrome, of course. You could go for the reds and whites, you could go for red and black, you could go for silver and white, silver and black, go for silver and red just together. You've got loads of different permutations. Wire, this is really this is the definition of a multimedia kit.
Yeah, again, we've tried to get sort of different things in there so that you can do all kind of different designs, whatever you can imagine. You've got a little bit of everything in there. So
yes.
I'm quite into a multimedia at the minute. You may have noticed, because I think it's quite nice to get different disciplines and put them together, because you want to stand out, don't you? You want your designs to stand out, and it's quite a competitive market. If you go to craft fairs, there's usually quite a lot of jewellery makers there.
Yes.
So you want to offer something a bit different, I think.
And this multimedia thing means that you actually have no boundaries.
No.
Because if you only do wire work, it's great, but you only do wire work.
Yeah.
But if you do wire work alongside polymer, then you're expanding. But if you then do polymer and you do something, you just keep building and building.
It's truly bespoke, isn't it?
Yes.
It's truly bespoke because you've made all the components to go in it. So you're not going to see anybody else at your craft fair or offering the same things that you offer.
No, you can really see that lovely, almost floral-like design that you've got there.
I kind of went for the, when you go to the Mediterranean, they have those lovely tiles. They're often in blue. I wanted to go for that kind of tile finish. I didn't want to do the monochrome kind of obvious thing with it, even though you could do that.
Yeah.
So I kind of went with white, and then I did the black separately. That's the sort of tile effect that I was going for. So
I can see that.
Can you see
what
I mean?
I totally got that tile effect, yeah.
And then that's using the stencils and the mica powders. That's all on white polymer.
And then the thing is you've then gone for almost a tie-dye effect against the black background.
Again, using the stencils and just putting the resist on through the stencil, like I said, the wax crayon. And then you can sort of go round it with your pens, or you can, you can put paint your mica powders on, because mica powders can be a paint if you add water to them. So there's lots of different ways that you can apply them.
They look like a little work of art, each one of those. Contemporary art.
And you don't have to be, really clever. You just kind of dab it on. If you don't like it, wipe it off, add another colour on. Just gives it that, again, that kind of artisan feel.
£21.95, and you could make all of this jewellery and more, because you've got your wire, you've got your gems, you've got your polymer, you've got your mica powder, you've got your brand new stencil. Of course, don't forget that brand new stencil comes as part of this kit, and you've got it all for £21.95 with all of your 100 findings as well. So lots and lots going on. Now, what are you going to show us?
Right, so I've just made a couple of little components, just in exactly the same way as I made them before with the other kit.
And with the polymer, you bake them for around about 20 minutes in a 120 oven, is that right?
It's usually between 15 and half an hour, a 130 oven.
130,
if you've got a big piece, you probably want to leave it in for the full half an hour, but the smaller pieces are done before that. But it won't harm it to leave it into, for the full time.
Yeah, you can't, you know, there's not really a sense of overdoing or burning.
I mean, you don't want to leave it there for 4 hours, but it's not going to matter.
30 minutes
it's absolutely fine. And if you can see, I've actually put some...
I can.
Can you see that within the actual polymer, the white, it's got little flecks?
Yeah.
And I've just brushed on the top there, as a paint, the silver mica powder, which can make it look, again,
add even more,
like you don't really maybe know what it's made of until you touch it.
No.
So that's great on itself. But the way I use the stencil, and these are great because I made a real mess of mine, but then I just ran them under the tap and washed them, so you can just use them time and time again.
That's good, isn't it?
I'll use the untreated piece. Decide on a flower or whatever that you want to use. And what I did was I got a little bit of varnish. I also use glue just to see what would work and what wouldn't. And this is just craft gloss varnish, or you can use PVA glue.
And we've got the Sculpey glaze available on our website as well.
That is exactly the same thing, so that will work. And then if you just hold the stencil down and put some of this, so you've in essence made a flower with your glaze. I've just moved it, which isn't going to help, but you get the idea. And then what I actually did was just get the powder neat, not even dilute it, and put it on to the glaze through the stencil. Now I kept putting layers on, and I used a sponge and a bit of kitchen roll, and you can really kind of get art class. You can really have fun with this. And you can either wait for that to dry, you can lift it straight off. Let's lift it straight off, so that you've got that effect. Can you see? And then you can decide to maybe you want to add some water to that and paint on some different effects. And the good thing with this is it doesn't dry straight away. So if you put some effects on and then you just want to smudge it.
See, the thing is that the stencil makes you, because as you say, I'm really not artistic at all, and so I would be panicking and thinking, oh, I can't do that. But the stencil makes it easy, because the stencil does the artistic part for you, doesn't it?
You know, you don't have to be able to draw, and there's lots of different flowers. So I could have chosen any flower I liked, and then you might want to put a bit of silver on in the same way. You might want to, like I showed you just now, paint the mica powder on, which simply you add water to.
For those who've not seen the mica powder, let me just hold that up, because it is an extraordinary, it is powder, but it has an amazing versatility, because you can work it as a powder, but you can also turn it into a paint. And it literally, you just add a little bit of water to it and it turns into a paint.
It does, and that's how I made the sort of silver sheen on the white little bit there. That was just, so if you kept putting layers on, you could end up making that look like a silver component if you wanted to. That's the good thing about white.
Yes.
And yeah, you can just act as a paint, and if you don't like it, you can wipe it off, and then when you finish, just put an extra layer of varnish on top, just to seal it all together. And that's all I did. You know, you don't need to be a great artist to do that, do you? And that's the benefits of these, is they're all different. And I even cut a couple out because I wanted to use them on their own, and I used masking tape to actually stick them down. I was doing something a bit more intricate. So they'll go as far as your imagination takes you, these, and they are completely multimedia. So all this would work over all of the kits that we've shown today. You could use it with your anodized aluminium, you could use it with the other kit.
Polymer,
you can paint.
You could press into it like you did earlier on.
You can use it as a template. I thought these were brilliant. I just kind of got them and thought, oh wow, and just did the whole kit around these. And I think that, you know, it's nice to get something quite contemporary, and I think the designs that we've got in these today, that we've had in the kits, that, you know, they're not fashionable, so they're going to go out of fashion in a year. They're things that you would use all the time: flowers, birds, cherry blossom, things that are really popular. And you can just make, you know, whatever you want with them, and that's what I really liked about them. So when she said, well, we're going to put them in the kits, I thought, well, that's different, isn't it? It gives people maybe something different, ideas that they haven't had before, and you know, and it's as simple as that. And then you would just make your jewellery with your components. So you're making your own components for your jewellery, so make your jewellery truly bespoke.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, when you've got this amount of ingredients coming together for £21.95, it's a really exciting exploration of something different. Challenge yourself, you know. 2014, we did decide 2014 was the year that we were going to challenge ourselves to try something different. So maybe this is it. But with a kit for £21.95, you're going to take the step and go polymer, wire, mica powder, stenciling, jewellery making with beads, you name it, you've got it going on in this kit for one price tag, and that price is just £21.95. Congratulations if you got that deal. Fantastic offer. Now I do need to just recap a couple of bits and pieces that obviously we brought to you today. We need to obviously just to recap the wire in particular, because a lot of people have been talking about it, so I do need to just capture this. Now first of all, we need to talk about the pliers. I don't know where the pliers have gone. Oh, they're over there. Oh, they're here in front of me. All right, I've got them, I got them. So we have our pliers. First of all, we have for the rounded wire, it's the half round wire that we're offering you here. I must reiterate, half rounded wire, which for a lot of people kind of go, well, why do I need half rounded wire? And then when you start to contemplate that if you've got a flat surface and a rounded wire, you're talking about a very small surface area for the wire to touch against. But if you've got a flat surface against a flat surface, you've definitely got much more of a tension, you've got much more of a flush environment to get the best jewellery making. And so that's why you need the tool, and also also why you need the wire as well. So let's give you the tool first of all, and your tool, it's the Beads and wire banding plier tool. It is a fantastic opportunity to be able to create unique designs for your jewellery with this double right angle formation. You can see here, creates a double right angle, and if you look at this and go, well, surely I could do that with my pliers. Potentially, yes. Do I think you probably get this kind of finish? It's probably going to be quite fiddly. That's what you've found from some of the experts that we've been talking to. That these kind of tools, they make life easier and they create a professional finish. It's not a case of probably not being able to create that look for yourself, but actually it's being able to get that look as efficiently and professionally as you possibly can. So that's what it's all about. The pliers coming in at £15.95. Very, very popular tool today, and rightly so, doing such an efficient job. And of course, Beadlon renowned for their great quality tools. So you've got the tool. Then on top of that, you've also got your half round wire bundle, and that comprises of your 3 different gauges. That's your 0.6, 0.8 and your 1mm gauge, and they are the German style wire. Now, for those of you who've not heard of German style wire, it is hardened wire, so it's definitely stronger. It's got that more dense wire capability to that of your classic copper wire. And if I show you the rolling scale that they put on here, German wire just sits just underneath your sterling silver for durability. That doesn't mean to say it's not malleable, and there is a total difference between durable and hardened than there is malleability. This is just as malleable as you would want it for sterling silver, but it has that strength about it, has that hardened quality to it. So it's much more, it's got that life to it that perhaps as the comparison to that of a classic copper wire. So this is coming in your 3 different gauges. And it's your half round wire. It's there for the taking. 3 packs in total for £12.95. 1 pack of 5 metre, 1 pack of 2 metre, and 1 pack of 3 metre. So you've got in total 10 metres of your variant gauge wires, and that is your half round wire. Now then, we're carrying on with the pliers, and now you've got the alternative pliers, and this time for your square, beg your pardon, spit it out, Vicky, for your square wire, and your square wire pliers coming in at exactly the same price, doing exactly the same job, but this time for your square wire, and that's for you for £15.95, doing a very specific job, but a very, very strong part of creating quality jewellery is working with the right tools to get the right look, and that's what you've got the chance to be able to do. We're then offering you the square wire as well. This is your square silver plated wire, 2 metres, 2 metres, 3.5 metres and 1.25 metres. The different gauges that we're offering you here, 0.6, 0.8 and 1mm gauge in your square wire. Lots of potential here. Lots of things like wire wrapping, I think people are suggesting, you know, for the square wire.
Yeah, because of the way it sits, so it's going to be really a close connection. So you've got that flat connection, so you're wrapping, which is what banding is, with the square wire or the D wire. Also brilliant for hammering, brilliant for just adding a different dimension to your designs, because it just looks completely different, and it also sits nice and flat. So if you don't want your wrapping to show, then square wire is really good for that too.
Yes. If you do want to join us, 0800 644 655 is the number to dial if you want to join us for our ultimate brand new square wire deal. So that is brand new square wire deal. We've never seen square wire before, and I think we'll see lots more of it, especially on the Wall of Fame, as we start to see some of our fantastic technicians starting to work with this ingredient. It's such a wonderful wire, and you show us for the taking. A wire bundle to be proud of, square wire for £12.95. Right then, onwards we go, and we're, ooh, this is going nicely with the kit that you've just got. Oh, well, nothing like a little bit of drama at the end of our show, and this is dramatic jewellery making potential. Double trouble deal for 385 carats per strand. That means you're getting over 600, in fact over 700 carats of genuine gemstones within this magnificent luster Woo! Look at that luster. Now we've just been talking about black gemstones, haven't we? We've talked about that wonderful obsidian that we brought to you in the kit. Well, let's talk about that opaque quality. What do you want from an opaque gemstone that's black? You want high luster, a high refractive luster. Now, luster is surface shine. Nothing to do with the light entering the gemstone, all about the light hitting off the top of each facet. And each facet here is precision placed so that you do get that almost, do you know that disco ball effect? You know, when the light catches on a disco ball, it just every time. That's the same principle of this faceting detail. You've got that movement of the stone. When you've got the movement, you've got the movement of luster, the light reaction off the surface of the gemstone, dazzling away. Wonderful, wonderful strands. I mean, 385 carats for both would be good, but 385 carats for for one strand, and 700 plus for two. This is going to be a big deal. This is a big deal for both strands. You're talking under £15 for both strands, under £15. Massive congratulations there. £11.95 is all you pay. A combination of 11 by 7 millimeter gemstones, bringing you that ultimate light reaction combination. I often describe the luster of a black stone like this, like a black diamond or like a black spinel. I'll often describe it as the lighthouse effect. And the lighthouse effect is that if you think about it in the pitch of darkness, you then have that big light that comes beaming out and then it disappears, and then darkness and then big light. And that's what you've got here. You've got that darkness of the gemstone and that bright light of the luster beaming out like a lighthouse on each facet. You see, you really see that radiance of light reaction into play on these fabulous rondelles of your black coloured dyed quartz. Congratulations on this one, Vivian Joan. Great to have your company buys in West Midlands, 5. Greater Manchester, Lancashire. I've got Essex and 5 confirmed. Congratulations to Derbyshire. Everybody pays the same price, and of course that is for both strands, £11.95, coming in at over 700 carats. Congratulations on that deal. Right then, straight on. Now, we haven't done that many findings today. We haven't done that many findings apart from in our kit, so how about we make up for that? Those of you who love to do your chainmail, anybody who likes to have a real quality finish to the jewellery, and of course we've done some extraordinary gemstones today, including your Mandarin garnet. So if you did get that Mandarin garnet, then perhaps you want to work with your sterling silver findings, because that's the type of grade of precious metals that you have got here. Now you've got a different arrangement of sizes. Take a look at this combination. You have here jump rings galore, and we know that jump rings are popular, especially when you start to consider that we were looking at chainmail being a big look for spring and summer 2014. Chainmail is one of our most popular of techniques. It's one of those designs that once you've got it, you want more of it, and I know a lot of people have challenged themselves to create chainmail, and once have started, really just want to keep on going and create more and more luxury looks. And luxury is what you want when you've got sterling silver findings like this. You've got loads here. You've got 50 pieces of your closed jump rings. These are the larger ones that I'm showing you. These are your closed jump rings. And then you have 2 lots of your 5th jump rings of your smaller size. So this is your 5 mil. So that's 100 in total of your larger your smaller jump rings and the open jumps. Now there's your chainmail. Could get lots of jewellery making in that combination, lots of jewellery making. So 50 of your smaller, 50 of your larger, and all for one price tag. Is that right? 50 of each. I knew it. Do you know what? It's not just 50 of each. It's 100 of your 5 mil, and it's 50 of your larger, and that's your closed jump rings. You should be paying, ooh, well, with it being sterling silver, you should be paying £14.95 for each pack. For each pack of 50, you should be paying £14.95. The price you're actually paying for all 150 is £19.95. Are you sure you're allowed to do that, Dion? Is this another one of those trade show prices that you decided to hold back from yesterday to today? Is that what it is? Because that's huge. I know, did I cross my arms in a proper now? What are you doing? I even did the mother look. I did the mother look. Well, what are you doing? Are you allowed to do that? I did it. Yeah. No, are you supposed to be doing that? Let's talk about this. £19.95. One of these packs would cost you £14.95. You're getting 3 packs. You're getting 3 lots of 50s in your 925 sterling silver and your rose gold finish for £19.95. That is a pretty spectacular. That is trade show deal. You can't deny that is a trade show offer with 150 jump rings. Dion said, yeah, it would have been in trade show, but the only reason it's not is that we don't have the quantity that we want for trade show. We don't have the quantity available. Of course, we know trade show is big quantities as well as big deals, and she said this just didn't have the quantity. So this is every chance that we don't get what we want here in terms of quantity, but what we want in terms of trade show pricing. £19.95. So you're going to get your closed jump rings, 50 of those. Then you're going to get 2 lots. 2 lots of 50 in your open jump rings, in your rose gold finish, and it is all sterling silver. A pack would cost you £14.95. You've got 3 packs for £19.95. Work out the maths, and that definitely sits into trade show offer. Congratulations if you got that. Does that mean that it should be over £40? Am I right in saying that 15? Yeah, should be over £40 you pay on this deal. So it's better than half price. Better than half price on your jump rings, and that is sterling silver. It's not even that we're giving you, the copper versions. We're doing sterling silver at half price, and I can assure you there's not a lot of silver that goes half price these days. £19.95. 50 of your large, 50 of your smaller open, and another 50 of your smaller open jump rings, all together. Congratulations, £19.95. Lynn, Susan, Evelyn, Linda has multi-bought, Sandy, Evelyn, Deborah, Carol, Kathleen's multi-bought. Multi-buys, I would presume, probably because you've got an idea for the likes of this type of design that we're showing you there in your chainmail, because I know chainmail is very, very big, especially with sterling silver, and then definitely with rose gold finish. £19.95 is all you pay. Congratulations if you got that deal. Now, it might be worth us do you want me to do a quick recap? We have got for you, and we had for you, should I say, your 3 strands of your lavender amethyst, coming together, your hearts, your hexagons, and also your diamond shape. We set the challenge for not just Debbie today, because I was thinking, well, Debbie had so much on today that I set myself the challenge. Now you might be thinking, has Vicki even done anything? I can tell you I had a break of about 1.5 minutes. This is no exaggeration. A break of about 1.5 minutes for each one of the breaks that we've had today. That means I have made a piece of jewellery. I have actually made a piece of jewellery within that time. Right? And you're probably going, how? Well, because I'm just a highly skilled jeweller. Not really. I have made a pair of earrings.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, and that's just proof. Now, I'm not a jewellery maker by any stretch of imagination, and I would definitely not say that in front of the likes of the wonderful master herself, Debbie. But these are my earrings.
Yay!
I made
pretty
these.
as well.
I made these. See, you just needed pretty gemstone and a little bit of wrapping, and then hey presto, shepherd hooks. And I made these. You like?
Lovely.
They're really simple, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're the sort of thing you'd wear every day, aren't they? You know, they're the sort of earrings that you just wear.
And I did design them, and I did think about it because I did the wrapping to match the wrapping of the wire around the shepherd hook. You see that?
It's pretty. That's why they're so pretty.
Ta-da! Everybody's questioning. Everybody's going, did you do that?
Yes,
No,
she did.
You lot were all organising the breaks, and I was doing the jewellery making. Everybody's questioning whether I actually made them. I did make them.
She did.
I promise. Look, very nice, Vicki. Keep it up. Yay! See, Linda and Leicestershire.
Yay.
Yeah, you lot. Now then, What I also made was this wonderful necklace. I just threw this together.
That was 30 seconds, that one.
That was,
wasn't it?
yeah. Just threw it together. This is your design, obviously.
Got a quick one I hasten to add because it has been full on this
You've
this
used
show.
the flowers as little petals, which
Little
of course we've got to
hearts.
remember the hearts.
Brilliant.
The hearts are brilliant for petals.
Absolutely brilliant.
As well as they are for the heart shape itself, aren't they? Gorgeous. Wonderful design, and as you can see, matching alongside the silver very, very beautifully. And of course, working with the wire today, square shaped wire and the half round wires as well. Now then, I have to say a big thank you to you for a day which has been
Thank you
full
for having me.
of multimedia, and you have just worked your socks off. She's done the work of 3 or 4 guest designers today, so we really are appreciative of that. But we have, well, plenty more to look forward to here on JewelleryMaker. And I will just say that today is not just the launch of brand new wire. Today is the launch of something very different indeed.
Something completely different and really exciting. It's not a bead.
It's not,
not a bead.
You've been practicing that now, haven't you?
Well, I just read the box.
I like it.
Got a completely brand spanking new goodies for you today, and also it is my bridal show. I have got pieces not only for the bride and the bridal party, I've also got it for the groomsmen.
Email. We got an email,
email.
from Pauline about it all. Yes, just don't read that bit out.
No,
we're not allowed.
Watching something else this morning.
And she's just, this is Pauline who's been in touch with us about the bridal show. And I was like, bridal show? I didn't realise you were also doing, I knew you were doing pearls, but I didn't realise you were doing a full bridal show. And this is what...
Oh, fab.
Okay.